caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Jeff Stein, our special guest from Brown & Wood. Hey, Jeff, electric cars are coming. What's that mean for Brown & Wood customers?
For the customers, like it or not, EV is coming. We've installed 5 electric vehicle chargers here at the dealership. We have the all-new Cadillac Lyriq coming at 1st of 2024, and we've just seen the first reservation for the new Sierra EV.
People are interested in electric vehicles. How can they get up with you?
They can visit us at brownandwood.net or 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Do you suffer from chronic aches, pains, or muscle tightness? Hey, I'm Jordan Mikesell with Bodies in Balance in Greenville. With degrees in physical, occupational, and massage therapy and certifications in stretching and flexibility, we know how stretching and massage can bring long-term results so you can live a pain-free and healthy life. Continue enjoying the activities you love by calling or texting 252-916-4530 to schedule your first stretch consultation or massage today. For more info, visit bodiesinbalance.com so you can start living an active life today.
Greenville Utilities electric customers will soon be able to receive text notifications in the event of power outages. Enrollment is automatic, so make sure GUC has your cell phone number by signing into your account at GUC.com, then update the information in your user profile. Want to talk with someone instead? Call 252-752-7166 during business hours. 252-752-7166. Update us so we can update you. Visit GUC.com for more information.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,500 people, and we're one of the largest employers in our community and region. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And remember, education is truly a team effort. Pitt County Schools. Live and lead.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed.
Let's do a little 5-second game. We hadn't done it in a while. Chandler, ask some good questions here, buddy.
I gotta think of them, man.
All right. How much time you need?
All right.
Bryce. Yeah. Name me a country in Africa.
Oh, that's easy. Chad.
All right. That was the first one. Easy enough.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Well, I just think we were prepared. You know, one thing my trainer, he told me, he said, what did he say? He just told us to be prepared.
All right.
Ty?
Hi.
Ty?
I want me some glory hole.
Dude. You ain't mouse. I'm the boss.
Pocahontas.
It's me, Nancy Garcia.
Hey, I'm sorry. All right.
How about those friggin' pirates?
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We are on 1250, 930. We are online, pr927fm.com, and you can watch the show and be a part of the program on Facebook Live and YouTube. Hang out with us there. What's on your mind on this Thursday? Thoughts on last night's basketball game where the Pirates took a beatdown at the hands of Cincinnati. Thoughts on the NFL playoffs and whatever else is on your mind, let us know on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, and be a part of our Pirate Radio family. We've got some guests to get to on today's program, including the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. Will break down the NFL playoff action. Also a big slate of games tonight in college basketball. We'll look back at last night, ECU losing to Cincinnati. I think the game of the night might have been in the American double overtime. UCF beats Memphis by 3. So what does that mean for those two teams' future when it comes to the NCAA tournament? We'll talk a little AAC basketball and playoffs with Nadu coming up at 4 o'clock. At around 4:30, Shirley Rhodes has put together a game, I understand, for Chandler and I, and I'm not sure what it is or any details on it, but looking forward to that. So, Shirley, what's your game called that we're going to play later on in the show?
It's called Name That Sound.
Name That Sound. So our ears will be put to the test coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. At 5 o'clock, my co-host on the U.S. Sailor Fifth Quarter Call-In Show, Billy Weaver, will join us. I saw Weave. He dropped by the Pirate Radio studios earlier this week, and he said, Clip, is there a list of all the players that were on ECU's roster in 2022 that will not be on the football roster in 2023? And I said, no, Billy, there is not a list of that. So later on that afternoon, I asked Chandler if he'd be willing to put together said list. He said no, not enough hours in the day, too tough, too much work. I was like, all right, fair enough. Chandler kind of shaking his head, but that is exactly how that conversation went, if I recall. Now he's nodding in approval. So, and then he shakes his head again. I'm doing play-by-play of Chandler right now. So I said, you know what? I wore a long-sleeve shirt today on purpose. Earlier today, I rolled up my sleeves. I got to work. I put in the grunt work. If you're going to get something done, you got to do it yourself. So right here, I have the list. I have the complete list of East Carolina players who were on the roster last season that will not be on the roster in 2023. The list, as we know it today, still could change, but we will go down, up and down that list of 23 Pirates who were on the team last year that are not this year and what that means for ECU football in 2023. Got that and the booty bag coming up in hour 3 of today's show. Shirley Rhodes is here. Chandler Honeycutt's here. To my left, Troy D is here. Hello, Troy.
Hey, Clip. How are you?
A little tired after putting in all that work earlier today, but other than that, doing all right.
And keep that list in pencil, I guess, because you may need to or leave room to add to it.
I did double space, so we could be adding to this list, of course.
Yeah.
Because it is a long list of Pirates who were here last season that will not be here. A couple of things.
Now, some are due to graduation, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Just wanted to clarify.
But thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah, it's not just a list of people leaving for Go Pro or NIL deals.
That is correct.
Yeah, just want to clarify.
And clarified you have.
Yes, thank you.
Facebook memories, Troy.
I was noticing this.
How could you not?
Yeah.
As I was about to...
We can take a picture of this.
As I was about to click on today's live Facebook feed to read comments and look at chats, I was notified by Facebook of a memory from 11 years ago today.
God, I forget when he used to do all these dumb busted guarantees with us. We've kind of gotten out of the he's still Mr. Guarantee, but he's had so many dumb busted guarantees. We've kind of gotten out of this business with Tony Collins. But this was a great one right here.
It jumped the shark after a while.
He had a guarantee last week. He said he guaranteed that the Jaguars will not make the Super Bowl or make it to the Super Bowl.
Was that his guarantee?
I believe it was the Jaguars. He said that would not make it to the Super Bowl.
And I do owe him a Thanksgiving ham. Well, we do. I kind of roped Troy into that, too.
Yeah. This was a great one. This one, he had a dress in ladies' lingerie with a busted guarantee, and he actually has a female's bra on.
Yeah, which was Troy's idea.
That was my idea, and he wore, and Clip is inserting a dollar bill into the bra.
I am. One of my finer moments.
Yeah. Great moments in Pirate Radio history.
It's like I'm wearing the same shirt that day as I was wearing today.
I will say this. You and Ellerby very consistent on the wardrobe.
Haven't changed that much.
You know what you like, you stick with it.
Same pants as well.
Yeah. Only thing different is you don't have a goatee in the picture.
That is right. So Tony Collins in a bra, and boy, he couldn't look happier. He looks thrilled.
I'm telling you, we've made Tony dress in women's garb more than once. And there was a tank top one time. Remember the runner's tank top?
Mm-hmm.
He's had to do lingerie. At least 3 times he's had to do like some type of women's gear. And he has never complained and always enjoyed it.
He has.
And I'm not saying what that's saying about Tony. I'm just saying he's very willing to participate in that.
And you really enjoy it as well, which might say something about you.
I know. I think it was just very hilarious to see a former NFL Pro Bowl athlete, Super Bowler, in women's lingerie.
I mean, just think about what you just said. Like, it could have been Troy Aikman, or it could have been Joe Montana. We got Tony Collins doing it.
And maybe that's middle school Troy D coming out, but it was just hilarious at the time, and it's still funny, and it's still a great picture and great memory. Enough that it caught your attention again.
That it did. It is an attention getter. John on YouTube. I thought about this, John. I don't know if this is good or bad. He says, any kickers or punters leaving the ECU program?
Oh.
No. Everybody's back.
Where's my sigh? That would be a perfect time for that.
All right. No, everybody scheduled to return on that front.
Ask that question again, Clip.
Are there any kickers or punters from ECU's team leaving?
All right.
Is that a no?
That would be my response if it is. Well, I'm not going to say anything.
What do you mean? On a radio show. You have to say something.
Would it be positive to have a wholesale change there?
I don't know. Are the guys we're bringing in better? If you can guarantee that, then obviously, yes, it would be a positive.
Yeah.
You're looking to upgrade every position if you can.
Yeah.
That is what Mike Houston's trying to do each and every day. Josh, we talked about this earlier this week. We all talk about our wins. Oh, I called that one. Great prediction. Gambling victory. But rarely do we talk about our losses. It takes a big man.
I'll talk about my loss. But go ahead. Sorry. I interrupted, didn't I?
It's the first time ever that's happened, which is why I'm so shocked.
I promise not to interrupt again this segment.
Why would you just promise that? There's no way that's going to happen.
I said this segment.
I heard what you said.
All right, go ahead.
There's no way it's going to happen. Josh admitting, he says, I'll admit, I ate a turd sandwich last night taking the Pirates money line. Yes, you did. That was a double turd sandwich. Extra turd.
That was one of those memes you see going around. What happened?
What happened is they made 10 3-pointers in the first half, Cincinnati did, and blew out East Carolina.
And I did not put money on this, but I did say it on the air, and I did feel strongly about it. And Chandler, young Chan man, did agree with me, and we were dead wrong, Clip. And I'd like to apologize to any listeners that listen to us Monday afternoon talking about how we felt TCU would cover and felt strongly about it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel strongly now that we were dead wrong, and I apologize, and I will take ownership of that mistake, and I hope no one lost money over it.
Big of you to admit that. The good news is nobody is tailing your picks, Troy, so you're safe.
Now, there are people that might have heard that and loaded up.
Good point.
On the other
side.
So
you should be saying you're welcome.
You are welcome for that. Ellerby used to do that a lot. I'd go one way and go, well, that's a guarantee.
Just give me the other side?
Yeah.
All right.
That's a guarantee for Georgia right there to cover. But boy, did they cover.
That was ugly.
That's the greatest cover in the history of covers.
Let's overshadow last night's ECU basketball loss by that beatdown Monday night.
Yeah, don't let it deter you from the fact that ECU has the worst loss in all time in bowl history now.
What does that mean?
We said we're trying to distract.
Oh, you said ECU.
I'm TCU.
Okay.
Sorry. Did I say TCU or ECU?
You said ECU.
I'm sorry. It's been a long day.
I thought you were talking about the Marshall game.
No, don't let the ECU loss overshadow the fact that TCU is the losingest bowl team in history.
I wonder is that true?
Well, it was
as far as margin.
The margin I was read was the largest loss margin,
like in any bowl,
in bowl history.
Wow.
Yes.
By the way, Georgia they didn't only cover; they covered 5 times because the spread was 13.5. So I did 65 divided by 13.5, and that came to be 4.8.
Wow! Look at you putting in the work.
Yeah.
So they covered 5 times.
This just in: Georgia scored again.
Put another one on the board. This time with their 7th-string quarterback. They just keep bringing in new quarterbacks and slinging it down the field.
Stetson the 5th.
Yeah, he's a 38-year-old sophomore.
His son is actually a junior in high school and is being recruited by Georgia.
Yeah, it's wild.
Shirley, I have. I just lost it. I have a stat to consider.
Oh,
if you could get that for me real quick.
I always love stats to consider.
NFL
stats to consider.
NFL playoff stat to consider. Off the top of your head, gentlemen, what conference is most represented in the NFL playoffs for starting quarterbacks? What conference has the most starting quarterbacks this weekend? Top of your head, just name one.
AFC.
I'll go SEC.
Oh, sorry.
Good God Almighty.
I thought we were talking NFL. I heard playoffs. I thought we were talking NFL.
We are talking NFL.
Yeah.
Are you saying?
Let me clarify. What college conference?
No. So in the playoffs this weekend, there are 3 AFC games and 3 NFC games. You're saying there's going to be more AFC quarterbacks?
No, I get it.
I guess it depends how the game plays out.
Is there an all-time quarterback for one of the NFC games?
I get it. I get it now. I'm going to go.
He said it so confident too.
AFC. Put me down. Final answer.
I'm going SEC.
I already said SEC, so pick someone else.
Both of y'all are wrong. They have 2 starters.
All right,
Name another conference.
Big 12.
ACC has 2. Big 12 has 5.
Yeah.
It's the Big 12. 5. Now, these numbers are skewed a bit because you have Skylar Thompson starting. He went to Kansas State. Brock Purdy, starting for San Fran, went to Iowa State. Geno, West Virginia. The other 2, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes. And I shouldn't have said this weekend. I should say in the playoffs completely because KC.
That was a great answer. We got to turn that into a promo.
Yes. Thank you, Chandler, for that, man.
Surely mark that, please.
I'm always delivering.
Yes, you do.
AFC. I was going to say NFC.
I mean, take the other side.
Yeah, I don't know.
You guys both tied. AFC, NFC. Just found that interesting. Big 12, most starting quarterbacks in the playoffs this week. Don't know if that means anything.
No, that's an interesting stat to consider. I would not have thought it was that many.
Yeah.
What doesn't surprise me, I would have said 3, maybe.
5, yeah.
5's a lot. That's
almost
a lot.
Half, yeah.
Conference U.
Apparently
or
so.
QB Conference U.
QB Conference U. Mountain West with 1 with Josh Allen. Troy, I saw some Bears news. Are they bringing in the Big Ten commish to be the president? Did I see that right?
Well, you know what? You may know more than I do at this point.
I mean,
did this just break?
I believe his name is Kevin Warren.
Their president is retiring finally.
Earlier today, yes.
So this is I have not seen this yet, but I knew the Phil, whatever his name was, is gone.
Collins.
And he was terrible anyway, so hopefully this guy's better.
Kevin Warren was with the Big Ten, now the president and CEO of the Bears. So there you go.
All right. Well, welcome aboard.
You wanted an overhaul. They've gone coach, GM, president, all in the last couple of years. So quarterback with Fields. So we'll see if it works.
Yeah. The soup is still simmering.
And the number 1 draft pick coming up. So big changes.
It's and a lot of draft capital. The largest amount of money to use with free agency too.
So yeah, things are looking up. Maybe you can sell some tickets next year.
You know, that's the one thing about the NFL. You draft right and you do free agency right. You could turn it around in a year. I'm not saying that it can be in the Super Bowl, but you could turn it around from a 3-win team to you could be in the playoff team.
Look at the Jaguars. They did it this year. Won their division after Urban Meyer was kicking kickers last year.
Yeah, and that's true. And it can work in reverse too. You can go from the Super Bowl to not even being in the playoffs.
You can go from the Rams, like the Rams
in a year. So that is, I think, one of the unique things about the NFL. That at any given time, with the right people and the right choices and the right players, there's always hope. But there's also, it's very quick to fall off the cliff if you're not careful, if you're already up there.
Very different than Major League Baseball. If you root for a good, solid franchise, and I do with the Atlanta Braves, right now they should be good for the next 10 to 15 years with all their players. NFL, you can't say that really about any team.
Yeah.
Even if you have right now the Bills, the Chiefs, these the Bengals, these young quarterbacks, they're set up to be good for the next 4 or 5 years. Mm-hmm. But even if you're bad, like you said, it is designed for the worst team to get better just like that and have everybody kind of right there in the middle.
Yeah.
All right. TJ says, I'm going to go against Chandler. I'm going to say the NFC has the most quarterbacks this weekend. Well, again, that's a tie, but good call. Tie goes to the runner in that regard. Josh with a technical question. question. Is the Pirate Radio website down? Can we get a website check?
No, it's back. It should be back up now. We had a computer issue where our streamer had to be rebooted, so
Boom.
it should be back up now.
Thank you, Josh, for the question, and thank you, Shirley, for the answer.
Trust but verify. I'm going to do a live check here.
We got a live website check-in.
Getting a weird.
It's not working for Troy D.
Error establishing.
Let's see if I can.
I'm getting a weird error message I've never seen before.
I'm going to do a live check.
Everybody do a live check-in right now.
Very bizarre. This looks like something, a different type of issue.
While I'm on that, Adam asking a question I know Troy doesn't have an answer to.
Error establishing a database connection.
Troy, who do you want the Bears to pick first? I know the answer to that. You want me to answer for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold nailers.
Then the number one. God, would that not be incredible? I'm kind of on the fence whether they should trade this pick for more picks.
I think they should.
There is not a consensus kind of number one. There's not a Trevor Lawrence like in this draft where you knew he was going to be number one regardless of who was going to get the pick.
Yeah.
They're really maybe one of the defensive linemen from Alabama. I forget his name.
Will Anderson.
Yeah, he's probably right up there.
I think if you can trade it, you trade it.
And we need offensive linemen. Obviously, a great defensive lineman when it hurt. We need receivers. We need bodies. Multiple picks. So, I don't know, man. I think this is going to be a tough decision for the new GM of the Bears to kind of figure out. I don't have anyone that this is who you've got to get in the first pick. I think I'd be almost okay if they traded it for multiple picks in the first round.
All right, Shirley. So this is weird. John says the website is working for me. It is not working for me. Is it working for anybody else?
I don't know.
It wouldn't let me get to it a while ago.
It's showing that we're streaming. I just got a hold of.
Okay, hold on. Now it's coming back up.
Here we go.
Here we go. We'll see.
The website. Oh, hey! For me. So it is working.
Yeah. Now it's working for me. It is me. Well, we know now.
It's showing that we're streaming. I just
we
got
are.
a hold of.
Okay, hold on. Now it's coming back up.
Yep. Oh, this is about to get really weird.
Oh wow.
You're about to hear
myself.
So it is working.
Yeah, for me. Now it's working for me.
All
Me
right.
too.
My mind's blown now.
This is us having a conversation with ourselves from the past into the future.
We are.
Wow, this is getting to be Back to the Future Part 2 here.
Wow. You're about to hear if we keep looping this, how many times will that conversation be had?
And it's working for Wes too. So we seem to be. Thank you, folks, for listening, and we seem to be back online.
Tony Dunn being a troll today, it appears. He says, unless you are the commander, system designed for failure. Good one, Tony. He says, Troy got an error message, not an error message. Okay? And he also says, who goes to websites? Sometimes you just wake up wanting to be a troll.
Listen, as far as the website, our website is so user-friendly and easy to listen to. I will often listen to Pirate Radio on my phone through the website.
So put that in your pocket.
Yeah, it's a digital radio if you want to look at it that way. I think our website is great to listen to, live audio or archived.
Especially when it's working.
Yeah.
It's the best.
9 out of 10 times. It is fantastic.
That is right.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. More to go. Hour 1 Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday.
Have a joke for you later.
Oh, boy.
When we come back.
There's a good tease.
Yeah.
Don't leave.
I got joke of the day.
Troy D's
joke of the day brought to you by my friends at Tiebreakers.
All right.
This is actually a sponsored segment.
Sponsored? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you hear the joke at Tiebreakers?
I'll explain later.
All right.
Indirectly.
Okay.
Yes.
And I will say, you did not interrupt me for the remainder of the segment. Well done.
Promises made, promises kept.
I'm shocked.
We're going to go for another segment, interruption free. Not a guarantee, but I will make my best effort.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hold on a sec.
Back with you after this.
Greenville Utilities electric customers will soon be able to receive text notifications in the event of power outages. Enrollment is automatic, so make sure GUC has your cell phone number by signing into your account at GUC.com, then update the information in your user profile. Want to talk with someone instead? Call 252-752-7166 during business hours. 252-752-7166. Update us so we can update you. Visit GUC.com for more information.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holton Ahlers, and when it comes to getting your family together, there's no better place than Familia, which is Italian for family. Familia is the place I like to bring my football family, especially my offensive linemen. Whether it's great New York-style pizzas, homemade meatballs, lasagna, chicken parmesan, or delicious homemade desserts, Familia is a winning play every time. For dine-in or takeout, make Familia your go-to play when you have a hungry team. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College. Go Pirates!
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for $11.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for just $2.99. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $11.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Brian Buck with Buck Insurance Agency. This season, when you attend your favorite sporting event, take the game day pledge. If your team is playing, win or lose, support your team to the end of the game. When you leave early, you risk missing your favorite athlete making the play of their career. When our family buys a ticket, we always plan to stay to the very end. Take the game day pledge this season with Buck Insurance Agency. Play to the end, stay to the end.
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low, low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Pirate Radio.
We have a standard for the way you're going to play, and we're going to start making sure that we point out those that are meeting the standard, and everybody else has to rise to that. You have to. There is no choice. You have to rise to the standard, because the standard is what wins.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's for the best Mexican food and fun in Greenville. Come and enjoy favorites like shrimp tacos, steak and chicken fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, ACP, and more. Follow Chico's on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's for dine-in or to go. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Cliff.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live. It was a winning Wednesday for ECU women's basketball team. Kim McNeil's team moving to 3-1 in conference play with a win over Temple Wednesday afternoon. It did not go as well last night for Mike Schwartz's team. Their worst performance in American play thus far, as they lose to Cincinnati on the road last night, 83-55, and Cincinnati red hot from three, hitting 10 three-pointers in the first half. They finished the game 14 of 26 from behind the arc. So 14 made threes for Cincinnati, just 4 for East Carolina. Pirates were 11 for 15 from the free throw line, for those wondering. So only missed 4 free throws last night. They needed a lot more, 29 exact, if they wanted to win that game last night.
On a related note, Clip Rock, I was at lunch at Parker's Barbecue, and I ran into ECU Athletic Director John Gilbert and Associate Athletic Director J.J. McLam, as they have just released a record year for fundraising for the Pirate Club.
That is good news.
Yeah, I was going to play a little guess the number, but you guys might have already seen it. If you haven't, we can play the game.
I just saw it.
Oh, okay. Well, then that wouldn't be as good of a game, but
It's a big number.
It is a big number. Over $36 million raised last year in gifts and commitments to the Pirate Club, announced today, surpassing the previous mark set in 2016 by nearly $4 million.
That's awesome.
It's a big year of fundraising over there. So congratulations to the Pirate Club folks and ECU Athletics. So more than okay, here's you might not have dug into the details on it. How many individuals and businesses chose to contribute to the Pirate Club last year, including, well, I'll just say total. Do you know?
No idea.
I have no idea.
Says more than 11,000 individuals and businesses chose to contribute to the Pirate Club in 2022, including 5,574 new donors. So that's a big increase there.
Let's keep those numbers going up.
Yeah.
Up, up, up.
So that's a couple in the
Smash the donation button.
Smash.
They've got, here's by the numbers, 57 major gifts of $25,000 or more, 5 gifts of $1 million or more, with 2 of those coming in at over $2 million each, 23 gifts from $25,000 to $99,000, 24 gifts from $100,000 to $500,000, and 5 from $500,000 to $1 million. That's good. It's very good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good work. Keep it going. And hopefully some folks will show up on Sunday. I'm not expecting a huge crowd for ECU South Florida. It's all of a sudden a big game after the Pirates lose to Cincinnati last night, trying to snap this 3-game losing streak. But you've got, for folks that have been to home games in conference play this year, they've seen 2 losses, 2 competitive games, but 2 losses, and now South Florida on the horizon. So
isn't this right in the middle of the day too? What time is the tip-off?
1 o'clock.
Yeah, 1 o'clock. What
does that mean?
No, I'm just asking. I wanted to let people know when tip-off was.
Okay, but the way you worded it was like in the middle of the day.
Well, I wanted that way people are reminded when to go.
1 o'clock.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, there is an NFL playoff game going on at that time.
Not a good one. Bills, Dolphins.
Yeah, but Bills is kind of a feel-good story.
All right, Troy doesn't want you to go to the game.
No, I'm friends with a Dolphins fan here locally.
You're friends with a Dolphins fan?
Shirley Rhodes.
You consider y'all friends?
All right, I have an employee that's a Dolphins fan.
Yeah. If Shirley was asked,
all right, I know someone that's a Dolphins fan.
If I asked Shirley, is she friends with any Bears fans, her answer is no.
No, but she might say, oh, okay, my boss is a Bears fan.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
So Troy will not be there.
I didn't say that. Don't typecast me or pin me in a corner like that.
Are you going to be there?
I don't know yet.
Troy won't be there.
But I'm not going to lie to you and say yes and then no show. So I'm not sure.
Thank you for not.
You don't want to say no and then decide to go.
Correct.
And then be a liar.
Right. That's exactly right, Chandler. Thank you for listening. This time, I don't want to commit either way because I'm literally not sure what my plans are Sunday.
I will be there.
I'm totally unsure.
Chandler will be there.
I will be there.
Slight chance I could be out of town. Slight chance I could have a conflict. Also a possibility I will be available.
It's a tough time though. It's in the middle of the day.
It is.
Real tough.
That's kind of screw up your Sunday.
Yep. Just and a Dolphins fan, so yeah. I mean,
Bills feel good. Story.
I'd say that's an excused absence with all you've got going on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll surprise you.
Josh says, just say you won't be at the game. Josh, we've played this game a million times.
I'm not saying
They'll never say that.
I have the option to go, and if available, I might show. I'll probably be there.
You have the option to go.
Yes,
that is good to hear. So there you go, 1 o'clock, South Florida.
Pirates. All right, so I've got a joke for you, but I have to preface this joke.
No, you preface everything. So
this I can't take full credit for this. This joke came from the owner of Tiebreakers, Bram Anderson. So this is a Bram Anderson joke.
Oh, Bram!
Everybody loves jokes.
Everybody loves jokes.
That I am going to try and deliver the way Bram did. Are you ready?
We're ready.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to have more comments.
I'm leaned back in my
we
chair.
are on the edge of our seat.
Waiting for this joke.
All right, so once again, this is Bram's joke, not mine. I'm just the delivery tool.
I'm glad you're giving other people
delivery
credit.
what?
Device. Delivery device.
He just got himself into it.
Oh, God. All right, here we go. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Don't know.
Because.
I mean, what are we doing?
Look at Chandler. Look, he's speechless.
Was that supposed to be fun?
If I made one person laugh, it was worth it. And that one person's Chandler.
Chandler, are you laughing or are you?
Put some ranch on it.
I heard that on social media.
And I think that's where he got it from.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wait, you're telling me Bram didn't come up with that on his own?
Probably not. I'm sure he stole it from somewhere. But I heard it from
definitely
Bram.
saw that video on social media.
Secondhand.
It's a good one.
Yeah. I thought the delivery was good. And you could use that a number of different ways. I mean, if you think about it.
How many ways?
Well, listen. Why did ECU lose last night?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because. All right.
Randolph on YouTube. We saw Randolph. Hung out with him for a while last night.
Sure did.
Talk sports. Randolph's doing his own sports show last night.
I asked him for an ECU basketball prediction for the Cincinnati game, and he said, I'm not an ECU basketball guy. I'm a football guy.
All right, pick your lane. Know what you know.
Yeah.
So that's fair.
That's good.
He says, look out, Las Vegas. Troy D. He is such a comedian. He's doing shows with Siegfried and Roy and the Blue Man Group.
Maybe I'll have Bram be my warm-up act.
Yeah, but anybody will use that joke. And then what will you have left? John says, Ho Nailers has a better chance of being a tight end than Troy D going to the basketball game. So there you go. Everybody's got jokes, Troy.
Wow.
Not everybody's a professional like you.
Sunday's a long way away, too. I'm just not willing to commit anything to my schedule at this point.
Good.
It's a very fluid situation.
It is. Tis is. But for me, being the host of Pirate Radio Live at Pirate Radio,
no, it's good
ECU basketball is a priority.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to make that a priority.
Yeah, 100%. I support you in that.
Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
It is well noted. All right. You got anything? I'm taking another break.
No, go. Let's take a break. I think you're doing great break management today.
I'm getting my breaks in.
Great job, Clip.
Would like to compliment you on that.
Break management.
I don't want that happening on my watch.
Also on a priority.
I do want. Sorry.
No, what do you got?
I wanted to hear the list maybe when we come back.
You want to go through the list?
Yeah.
We'll do a brief go through.
Okay.
And Billy and I will get in the weeds later on.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Oh, if you're just save it for him, that's fine. You can save it then.
No, we can run it down real quick when we return. Let's take a break, come back. We'll talk some Pirate football and more. What's on your mind? Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube here on this Thursday. Because more to go after this.
America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times with family and friends, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Always have fun, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Go Pirates!
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Amanda Houston, and when it came time to make the game-winning play for relaxation at our house, I made the right call to Jamie Lang and Carolina Hardscapes. Jamie and his team built the backyard oasis of our dreams with a beautiful custom paver patio, outdoor lighting, and fireplace. Make your backyard incredible and call Carolina Hardscapes today at 364-1201 or visit their showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic Suck. Go Pirates!
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Megan State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Winslow's is now Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room with a brand new look. Fifth Street Hardware also has a new menu and serving lunch and dinner every Tuesday through Sunday and brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. What else is new? Well, they have poker every Tuesday night, Trivia Wednesday with DJ Captain Morgan, and on Friday and Saturday nights they have live music open till 2 a.m. serving light appetizers all night long. New look, new name, same location on Fifth Street. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram for more specials. Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for $11.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for just $2.99. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $11.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
This is Holt Nailers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006, and they are the local tech support experts for any of your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Here on a Thursday. Coming up, we'll look at the college basketball slate of games, recap last night a little bit, and look ahead to the NFL playoff wildcard weekend action with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu from Barstool Sports. He will join us coming up at 4 o'clock. We've got Name That Sound, hosted by Shirley Rhodes, coming up at around 4:25.
Can we get a sample of just one Name That Sound, Shirley? Just a tease, if you will?
I don't think so. Can we, Shirley? No, she's got the game set up.
Okay. I missed the last hour on Monday. Who was the person you were looking for?
Oh, yes. That was Heisman Trophy winning running back, 3-time Pro Bowler from Alabama, Mark Ingram was the man that was running.
Gotcha.
So
did anybody figure it out?
Chandler did after we went over all the clues. But
after you said it was Mark Ingram?
Pretty much. But he did guess Derrick Henry incorrectly, as did a couple others.
I guess they're wrong. Alabama Heisman winning running back.
Yeah. Billy, we were coming up in the third hour of today's show.
What conference is Alabama in, Chandler?
AFC.
Correct.
Excellent.
Well done. I have the list. I put this together myself.
Your list is on my list.
For you, for me, for everyone. Blood, sweat, tears was poured into this list. Chandler
failed in this project.
He did not fail. He
did not accept the mission.
I was joking when I said no.
So you did it.
I don't know.
You have a list.
What?
So you did it. You jokingly said no, and then you put together the list?
No, because I never said I was going to do it.
And he was serious about it.
Did I ever say I was going to do it?
No, you said you weren't going to do it, and you didn't do it. I don't see where the joke is.
No, but I mean, I would have done it if you were actually being serious.
Yeah, well, he was, and that's why we have a list here.
What do you mean?
This is the list.
We wanted a list.
We wanted the list.
You said you wouldn't do it. I did it.
It wasn't a joke.
Well, good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, no thanks to you.
It was tough. I agree. I can't.
I mean, it is tough.
When I got about halfway through it, I was like, man, can I finish this list?
Did you at least take a break halfway through?
I mean,
I'm putting Chandler on the no list for now on.
Well, thanks.
I'm proud
I got to make all the lists.
I'm proud to be on that list.
So I have a list of ECU football players that were on the 2022 team that will not be on the 2023 team.
And I forgot about one of these guys because we all know about one quarterback that's gone. But I forgot about the other one. Can you? Holt Nailers won't be back. Did you know there's another quarterback not coming back?
Did you know this quarterback that we're about to talk about is committed and signed today?
To where?
Incarnate Word.
Excuse
that
me?
quarterback being Ryan Stubblefield.
Did you know Incarnate Word was in the FCS semifinals?
No. What is their name?
Incarnate Word.
Huh. Did not know that.
I believe it's in Texas.
I've got an interesting picture of
Ryan Stubblefield is the guy's name, by the way. We've been talking about the last 5 minutes.
I said his name a while ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did. I've got an interesting picture from one of the last games. Stubblefield is standing next to Mason Garcia. You know, the Italian guy?
Yeah. It's Mason Garcia.
But they're side by side. And it was an amazing height difference. I always knew how tall Mason was. I don't think I realized how short Ryan was until I saw him standing next to Mason.
It's like that Aaron Judge, Jose Altuve picture.
Yeah.
Or like Mark Ingram and Derrick Henry in that championship game.
At the coin toss.
It looked like a father-son picture. Like it was just
if Stubblefield had an Italian father.
So
Right.
I believe Mason Garcia is around 6'4", 6'5". Ryan Stubblefield is 5'11".
Listed at 5'11".
Listed.
He ain't 5'11". That's with cleats on, standing on a shelf.
But still, there's a huge difference there between those two.
So the tall guy will be back.
Tall guy is back.
All right. How many players do you think are on this list, Troy? You've seen the list, but you haven't counted.
That was a real size, sorry. 25.
All right. 23.
Oh, okay.
23 on the list.
Well, we'll probably have 25 by the time spring ball starts.
As I will discuss in hour 3 with...
Sorry. That's not that an unusual number, is it?
You know, that was one of the reasons I wanted to put together hashtag the list, because while I was doing it, I was like, not as many. The problem is...
There's attrition every year.
And you'll hear me say this when we go over it with Weave. It is not necessarily about quantity. It is about quality. It is about production. Mm-hmm. Going into last season, ECU had a very high amount of returning production. You know, Tyler Snead took a big chunk of that with him.
Right.
But had a good number with Holt Nailers, with Keaton Mitchell, with Rajay, with, CJ, Ryan Jones. So they look good from that standpoint and added a lot with, of course, Isaiah Winstead, Marlon Gunn, others. This year, the amount of production loss, the amount of numbers, stats, yards, touchdowns, I mean, that is dramatic, what you're losing.
Now, some of it's due to graduation, and then some of it is guys deciding to move on, whether a lot of them wanting to try and play professional football. And in some cases, they're moving to different universities. But, some are bigger losses than others. I don't think Ryan Stubblefield's that huge of a loss. But you look at Avery Jones.
Loss?
Avery Jones lost?
Loss?
The Illinois coach doesn't think he's a loss.
Yeah, well, he was pretty jacked up to get him. And now, what SEC school is he?
War
Auburn.
Eagle.
Yeah, so now he's, what a wild ride. I guess did he ever show up on Illinois' campus? Or was it just verbal?
That's a good question. I mean,
I think it was just verbal, because how many times can you transfer within a month?
He just committed.
I think he committed, which doesn't hold anything. So he never really
until
went
the semester started.
Never signed anything.
He committed pretty quickly once he entered the transfer portal.
Right after our was it after our regular season game?
Yeah, he committed to Illinois initially on December 12th. So
missed the bowl game.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think was a mistake. I think he should at least finish the season, and then if you want to.
Why is that a mistake?
I mean, you've already been through the whole year. Why not go ahead and finish out the.
But how's it a mistake? Well, like you didn't like his decision.
Yeah, I didn't like the decision.
But
as far as I was concerned, it was not the right time.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what you or I think.
It does matter what we think.
To who?
Me and you.
What you think doesn't matter to me. Or to Avery Jones.
It should.
Well, Troy, speaking of Avery Jones, Noah Henderson, Justin Redd, also offensive linemen who will not be back next year.
Mm-hmm. Now
that's important.
Now Noah could have come back, but he's trying to get in the NFL.
Play professionally.
Mm-hmm.
Also, their coach will not be back next year.
Yeah.
Coach Mo.
Wait, what are we doing right now? Steve Shankweiler will not be back.
Right, that's what I was going to say, Steve. Yeah.
But
have you met him, Steve?
Yeah, I get him confused with
with who?
Well, I was going to joke. I was trying to tie in a shark joke and call him Steve Sharkweiler, but he's not the shark.
Defensive side.
You were thinking of Steve.
I know he's not the shark guy.
Okay,
but why can't we have sharks on offense too?
But Coach Shank out, Coach Mo in.
Coach Mo, Mogridge. Coach Mogridge.
Al Mogridge.
Motown.
Please don't call him Coach Mo.
Motown, baby.
Yeah, I don't think that
Pirate Nation. You are. I think I heard him say, "You are the real."
I hope at media day.
I don't think that nickname's good. Please call me Coach Mo.
Guys, for short, you can just call me Coach Mo.
No, Coach. No. We insist. That's not the way you want to go here.
Well, can we call you your first name? We can't say Mo around here. It's illegal. All right.
And by the way, how about we impersonate Steve Ellis, we being Chandler, on the show Monday. The very next day,
he gone.
Steve Ellis takes the first bus out of town.
Crazy.
I did like that he enjoyed the impression.
Glad he's got a sense of humor.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was a great impression.
And it was cool to see like a lot of players who were here and who probably just know Steve Ellis. They enjoyed it as well.
Including Jaquan McMillan.
So that was good to see.
McMillan.
Any position groups, Troy, you want to know if we're losing anybody from?
Well, I know I was one of the main ones in running back. We're losing.
Just one.
You're right.
But he's taking a lot of yards with him.
What about wide receiver? I feel we're losing some there.
Only two. The problem is they're your main two, Isaiah Winstead, C.J. Johnson.
Yeah.
Because Jarrett Gardner was initially on my list. I have to give credit to my editor, Stephen Igo, who I had look over the list for me.
Good guy to do that.
He took one off and added one on that I had missed. And I had Jarrett Gardner on. And the reason I did, I'll tell you why in a moment. Now, he was the transfer
from Duke.
Certainly Duke is Duke. And the reason I had him on the list is because he played 4 games in 2018, played in 2019, played in 2020, played in 2021, and played in 2022 for ECU. So he'll be entering year 6 and has another year of eligibility.
That's impressive. That's even longer than my college career.
Good for him. Do it as long as you can.
I went 5.5 years.
So you got him back. You got Jalen Johnson back, Josiah Hatfield, and a host of others. And I think this is you're not going to find another Isaiah Winstead. I mean, Isaiah Winstead is up there with like Lance Lewis and Andre Allison as far as transfer receivers who made that kind of impact.
Successful.
Can they do it again?
They could. I mean, I wouldn't say you're not going to. I think it's possible. But I think those guys are.
If, folks, you had 350, as Wim Troy would say, it's possible, you win today's It's Possible bet.
I wouldn't rule it out, but obviously they hit a home run with him.
They did. If they can hit a stand-up double, that would be good.
Probably take it, yeah.
Leg out a triple, we'll take it.
Sure.
But, man, between him and CJ, a lot. I mean, just looking at the offense, I mean, all we like is touchdown, score, and skill guys anyway.
Yeah.
Ehlers, Mitchell, Winstead, CJ. Big chunk. Ryan, you want to throw Ryan Jones in there as well? You can. Yeah. 3 tight ends on this list, Troy.
Yeah.
Ryan Jones, Aaron Charman, D'Angelo McKinney. Good news is you do have Shane Calhoun.
Well, chance for new guys to rise to the occasion.
And to the standard.
And be hard-nosed.
Yeah. And developing a good standard here.
That's true.
There's a standard you can be proud of at this point with ECU football.
That's what gives you hope. But the old X's and O's versus Jimmy and Joe's, we got to get some Jimmys, some Joe's.
Yes, we do.
Around here. Mm-hmm. Chuck, talking basketball on YouTube, says East Carolina will win at least 4 out of their next 5 games.
Chuck, very optimistic.
Wow, very optimistic.
Now you say that.
Now, is he backing that up with anything? Like, is that a guarantee?
That's just a prediction.
That's just a prediction.
That is a prediction. Now, why would he predict such things? Here's who you got in your next 5. Versus South Florida. I'm going to predict that East Carolina is around a 2-3 point favorite against South Florida.
Okay.
It's going to be close. At Temple, we already saw them guys hit a few free throws. We beat them. That's a winnable game.
Yeah.
Versus Tulsa. Tulsa has not won a game in league play this year. They stink.
They're due.
You're going to be favored against Tulsa.
I said the same thing about South Carolina State earlier this year.
You said what?
Remember they were on a huge losing streak earlier this season? And guess what? They snapped it against us.
All right, so Troy has Tulsa beating ECU.
I have Tulsa beating ECU because I think they'll break the streak.
All right. What if they win a game before then?
Then I feel better about our chances.
All right, keep an eye on that, folks.
Yes.
Wichita State at home. Pirates beat them on the road, so we know it can be done.
That's another Sunday game, Troy. That's
tough to beat a team 2 times in a season, as Bailey used to say.
Sunday at noon. You probably got a lot going on.
Even earlier than the 1 o'clock game.
That it is.
Now you're bumping up against church.
That's you going to church
maybe.
On Sunday? You're putting a maybe on that as well?
Option for that clip.
The godly man clip.
Yeah. I prefer they don't play these games so early on Sunday.
All right. And then you've got at South Florida, who we just talked about. I'll even throw in versus SMU as far as part of that winnable slate coming up because SMU's down.
I see his reasoning there.
It definitely lightens up. Your last 3 have been brutal. UCF, Memphis, Cincinnati. It lightens up for East Carolina. Now you just gotta go out and win.
You gotta
no more fight hard and come close. You got to win some of these games.
And you can't play like you played against Cincinnati.
Can't give up 14 threes.
Right.
Let's not do that.
Yeah.
So part of that's how they shoot. Mike Schwartz also said we got to do a better job. So clearly,
we'll
John,
talk to Schwartz tomorrow.
Ahead of that matchup with the Bulls. Did you see right when the broadcast came on last night and they were looking at the coaches, they had Wes Miller and then they flashed over and it said Mike Schwartz. And I guess they just said, let's pick a random white guy on the bench for ECU and name him Mike Schwartz.
Oh, it wasn't him?
It was not Mike
It was
Schwartz.
an assistant.
Yeah.
Was he bald at least?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Because isn't there another guy bald?
This man had hair.
Oh. I was going to say, if it was a bald assistant, I could say, okay, easy mistake.
And boy, they kept that name and that guy on the camera a long time. And long enough for all of us at AJ's to point and laugh.
I heard a bunch of laughing going on, and
Yeah.
I look, and it literally had Mike Schwartz on the graphic on the screen. And I want to say it was Nick Matson, who assistant coach, who they had highlighted. It was definitely not Mike Schwartz.
And this was ESPNU. This wasn't even like ESPN Plus.
Right.
So you would think.
Probably never happened to Coach K.
I would say not.
Yeah.
I would definitely say not.
Disrespect.
Coach K coming back this year, Troy?
He might be.
Can't rule it out. Cannot rule it out.
Coming back to attend the Final Four.
Oh, just
right.
But not to watch.
Like
Duke.
Nick Saban attended.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Championship
That would
game.
make more sense.
Nick Saban did make it to the championship game after all.
That he did. And almost grabbed my neck through. He is a hands talker. Everything is hands with Nick Saban.
Yeah.
A lot of hands going on.
I saw Deion go up and give him a big hug. Do you think he hates Deion right now?
All right, so Deion and Saban have those commercials together.
Yeah,
but then you had
the duck commercials.
Saban calling out Deion.
Correct. Well, that's a paid deal. I don't think they like each other though.
Maybe I don't know.
In real life.
If I was Troy, I would say you don't know that.
That's just my gut feeling.
All right.
Yeah, he called him out though. You're right.
He did.
Do you think he likes him?
I don't know.
No, just if you had a guess, yes or no.
I did see a video.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's fine with him.
No.
Well, and I think it could be just Nick Saban, but I did see a video of before they went on the set of College Game Day, Deion Sanders tapped Nick Saban on the back. Nick Saban turned around and just kind of did like a little half smile and like, oh, hey. But like I said, that could be just Nick Saban.
Well, does Nick Saban like anybody?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Probably not.
I think he has that attitude towards anybody.
Yeah. He probably hates David Pollock now.
Hey, for telling the truth?
Yeah, true.
I'm surprised Saban, I mean, this would be not to the degree, but it's almost like Bill Belichick doing ESPN during the playoffs.
I thought it was weird to see him up there.
Saban's a much better talker, obviously, but he just doesn't seem like that would be his niche. It was interesting that they had him in Corso's seat.
Yeah.
Is he the next Corso?
No. Not a chance.
I wonder how much longer Saban's going to give it a go. How old? Let's play a game called How Old is Nick Saban? In this game, you guess how old Nick Saban is.
All right. I will say Nick Saban is in his 70s.
Whoa. All right. How old?
I will say Nick Saban is 70.
Okay. Chandler.
I will say Nick Saban is 67.
Troy, if there's one thing about you, it's that you know Nick Saban. He turned 71 on Halloween. He is 71 years of age.
Okay.
I would say a good-looking 71.
No, you're Nick Saban. He does. You know, he has aged well. I will give him that. Absolutely. He's a younger-looking 71.
My goodness, does he coach till he's 80?
Probably.
No.
He looks like he should be in his early 60s.
He coaches till he's 75, though, right? He's got another 4 years.
And he's these type of guys like him. That's what he does. Like, coaching is oxygen to him. I think he'd really be bored not coaching. It's what he does. I think he's got a lot of gas in the tank left. And you don't hear him complaining about it. You know, sometimes coaches will put it out there a little bit. It's going to be my last year. That type of stuff. He's not saying any of that stuff.
He's been whining about stuff.
Calls.
Not necessarily like about Deion and buying players and all that. I mean, he definitely whines about stuff. But I don't.
And then obviously him and Jimbo going after each other.
Texas A&M bought all their players.
Well, that's one of the best rivalries in college football right now.
What?
Jimbo and Nick.
No, it's not. Jimbo.
That blew over quick. Like, that wasn't even a thing.
Texas A&M needs to win something for it to be a rivalry. They won like 4 games last year.
Just them two.
They lost to App State, who only had like 5 wins this year.
They are so bad. They brought in Bobby Petrino on his motorcycle to help things.
And his neck brace is still on.
That's how bad it is there. All right, Troy, good stuff.
Man, this hour flew by.
That it did.
Wow.
We'll. I know you got a busy weekend on tap, and we'll recap it on Monday.
All right. Your mom's weighing in, by the way, Clip.
What'd she say?
Again, she's lurking. Pam Brock saying they did say he was all over the place. They found him. What is she referring to?
Probably Mike Schwartz, maybe.
Oh, okay.
We didn't have the volume on in AJ's during trivia last night. That sounds like a cover up, though. They're like, oh, well, he's up and bouncing around. You don't have one camera out of your 84 that could locate him. So it sounds like
this isn't ESPN Plus. This is ESPN U.
It's the U.
The U.
It's all about the U.
Yeah. When's our next like ESPN like legit telecast? Not ESPN Plus game.
Maybe could be against Houston, but once again, I'll do the legwork around here.
I'm trying to.
I'm gonna have it way before you do. You're in the wrong stratosphere. Troy, the answer would be Sunday on the Deuce.
This Sunday?
The Deuce?
Sunday on the Deuce.
No
so
way!
You're telling me if for some reason I have a conflict, I can watch this on national TV on ESPN2
on the Deuce
at 1:00 Sunday.
Yes.
Huh.
Wow.
So I will say this: I'll be able to see the game no matter what.
On the Deuce.
That's big news.
You got NFL playoffs on national television, and ECU versus South Florida on the Deuce.
Break out 2 screens.
Well, I tell you what, while that Georgia game was going on the other night, you wanted some alternative programming in the second half. When Buffalo's up 24-3 in the third quarter, people are going to flip over.
We're the alternative programming.
And find ECU basketball.
Just one flip away.
Let's put on a show.
Yeah. That's a great call, Clip.
They're going to see.
By halftime, they'll be ready to flip over to East Carolina.
So Sunday at 1 o'clock against South Florida is on ESPN2. Then it's ESPN Plus at Temple, ESPN Plus.
Just go down the ones that aren't Plus games.
Well, and let me get there. And then it's first is Wichita State, a Sunday at noon, ESPNU. So
another U game.
Another U game.
It sounds like the trend is Sunday games are on the network.
And for whatever godforsaken reason, they love ECU South Florida basketball games because the next one will be either on the Deuce or the U on a Wednesday night.
Wow.
So these teams are being showcased. Why? I don't know. But they are. Also, by the way, that Houston game will indeed be on the Deuce or the U. That is a how do you feel about a Saturday night 8 o'clock game, Troy D, against Houston?
Home or away?
Home.
Oh,
against the number 1 team in the country.
That one I'd probably attend.
That's big enough for you.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd come to that. I like it's an evening game. It's good.
Middle of the evening.
Not
early of the evening.
It's the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah.
I'll show up for that game.
All right.
Yeah.
Good deal.
I'll go ahead and commit to that right now.
He's in. All right. We'll talk to you Monday.
Sounds good. See you, Clip.
Let's take a break. When we return, we will talk some hoops and some playoff football with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu from Barstool Sports. We got Name That Sound. You can play along at home coming up in hour 2 as well. And Billy Weaver joins me in hour 3. We'll have a hearty ECU football discussion. That and a lot more on the way when we return. Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates. The doors open at noon, 7 days a week. And the Buck has live music every night, along with football. Monday is open mic night, the first Monday of each month. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday, it's acoustic night. Thursday, it's the dance party with DJ Kid Scene and live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for information and schedule of events. This season, party like a pirate at the Buck.
Happy New Year. This is Talbot Green, and I'm excited to announce our new partnership with Integrity Home Mortgage. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. Our Integrity Home Mortgage team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offer over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service. To get started, call me, Talbot Green, 714-2076.
NMLS 28516, Equal Housing Lender.
If you wake up in the morning with a backache, feeling more tired than you did when you went to bed, you probably need a new mattress. And the best place to get that mattress is Factory Mattress. Hi, I'm Kirk Smith, General Manager. For more than 40 years, Factory Mattress has been Greenville and Wilson's local mattress dealer. We guarantee the lowest price on the area's best selection with over 50 models to choose from. No seconds or overruns. Factory Mattress offers only first quality direct from the manufacturer. Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. The most highly trained sales associates with over 60 years of combined experience. Same as cash financing with zero interest up to 48 months and free local delivery. Face it, to have a good day, you've got to have a good night. So sleep better knowing you saved money at Factory Mattress, locally owned on Greenville Boulevard in Greenville, on Forest Hills Road in Wilson, on the web at factorymattressusa.com, and a proud member of Pirates Supporting Pirates.
It's bow time. You've probably heard folks say, don't call it a comeback. But at Bojangles, we don't like to beat around the bush. So when the sizzling, savory pork chop griller's back in all its tender, marinated chili lime glory, and you can get a pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, go ahead, call it a comeback. Get a legendary pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
Have you experienced increased aches and pains recently? Have you heard of CBD? Hemp Garden is your premier CBD retailer in Eastern North Carolina. Do you find yourself having anxiety or in need of extra sleep support? Hemp Garden has a variety of Delta 8 and hemp-derived Delta 9 products that can assist with those issues. If you're unable to stop by the store, don't worry. Give them a call today at 413-6100 for a consultation, and they'll ship right to your door. Hemp Garden, 3040 South Evans Street in the Target Shopping Center in Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers for my friends at ArcPoint Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust ArcPoint Labs to give you quick and accurate results for your laboratory testing needs. ArcPoint Labs provides insights and solutions to enable individuals, businesses, and communities to make informed decisions on their health, safety, and well-being. Visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina ArcPoint Labs locations or go to arcpointlabs.com. Go Pirates!
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Beauty Bar Metaspa. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Visit beautybarmetaspa.com to set up a free consultation. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. UBE has been an ECU tradition for over 50 years. You can shop online anytime at pirateware.com. UBE has the biggest and best selection of ECU sportswear and accessories for pirates of all ages. Every day is game day at UBE. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday. Josh Thomas pointing out something that I'm kind of ashamed that I didn't have myself. Usually I'm good at stuff like this, looking at dates upcoming, big sports days, things like that. But Josh gets the credit on this one before me. And what a day in Greenville, North Carolina, coming up February 25th. Your February 25th on Saturday begins with a trip to Clark LeClaire Stadium, a date with the Tar Heels on the Diamond.
Ooh.
ECU hosting North Carolina at 2 o'clock. And your evening ends with a trip to Minges Coliseum, taking on top 5 Houston in basketball. An all-time day. I always say, great day to be a Pirate. That's a great day to be a Pirate. You know what, Chandler? You're a Pirate.
You're a Pirate. You know what's best about him, Clip? He's a Pirate.
What a doubleheader that is, though. Or a double-hander, as some would say.
Tar Heels during the day, Cougars at night.
Good point, Josh. I'm going to give you a good point award for this.
Great point.
Thursday. Eric says, Clipper, since there's absolutely nothing good to talk about from last night's game against Cincinnati, what are your thoughts on Cincinnati chili? I've never had Skyline chili, but I'll say this. I like chili. I like cheese. I like noodles. I use noodles quite a bit as a base on a lot of the meals that I cook and enjoy. Whether that be like an Asian dish, obviously, which I go to quite a bit, or whether it be like meatballs or hamburger with gravy and taters and peas, put that over some noodles. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm a noodle guy. They call me the big noodle.
I like noodles.
So I like those 3 things separately, which would lead me to believe I would like them together. Now, it looks gross, Some people like it. A lot of people say they don't like it.
Isn't it sweet? Isn't it made with sugar? I'm trying to find it. I don't see anything.
And I'm okay with that too. Like, I like a sweet chili on a hot dog. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Kirk Cousins asked, "Do you like that?" Yes,
and
Kirk.
We like that.
I like that.
You like that?
Yes.
You like that?
Yes, we do. Yes.
But there are times where cold Sunday football where you like a little spicy chili.
A little spicy meet the bar.
A little Mason Garcia.
A little spicy meet the bar.
So chili kind of depends on your mood, your environment.
Seasonal.
Yeah, what you're having with it. So to answer your question, I've never had the official Skyline chili. Eric says it has cinnamon in it. Now, here's another thing. I feel like what they're doing here is taking ingredients that I like on their own and just combining them together, which is not always a good thing. Like Cinnamon Toast Crunch is good. Cinnamon Toast is good.
Yeah, that's great.
Do I want that with cheese? Nah. But, I don't know, you put the right amount of cinnamon in it.
I mean, on top of spaghetti, no.
Eric says it's delightful after 1 or 12 pirate beverages. So maybe a good food to have after you're S-faced and can't taste anything. Seems like if you have too many pirate beverages and then that
would not settle together.
It's coming out and not in a good way. So I don't know. Sorry, Eric, never had it before. But again, I like the ingredients on their own. All right, let's head out to the Pit Electric Live line. Coming up next segment, Shirley Rhodes will host Name That Sound, a new game that all I know is the title, and all I know is Chandler and I will be participating. So that's coming up. But right now, we go out to the Pit Electric Live line. Jeff Nadu, Barstool Sports, joins us today on the program. Big man, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Cliff?
Hey, doing good. Great time of the sports year. A lot of college hoops going on. We got NFL playoffs to discuss as well. I will very briefly mention that East Carolina was blown out last night by Cincinnati. Really their first bad, I guess, wall-to-wall performance of the conference season so far. Had a halftime lead over Memphis over the weekend, lost that game. But then Cincinnati could not miss last night, 10 threes in the first half. And kept that going in the second half. Jeff, we can discuss that if you'd like. There's another game in the American I did want to talk about from last night, though, and that is UCF outlasting Memphis in double overtime and picking up the win last night. So in that one, two teams that we've seen recently, UCF came here. ECU hit a few free throws. They could have beat the Knights last week. They did not. But UCF wins it at home 107-104 over Memphis. I was setting it up as a real big resume builder for these teams if they want to be in that large. I think Memphis can still obviously catch up, win games, and UCF's got to keep winning. But can we get three teams in from the American, Jeff? Could you see Houston, Memphis, and UCF all getting in? What are they going to have to do the rest of the way to get in?
Well, I could see it. I think it's actually quite possible, frankly. I mean, Memphis, look, the bubble's pretty good this year. I mean, you're going to have to deal with, a lot of Big 10 and Big 12 teams like Oklahoma and Oklahoma State and Iowa and Utah and teams like that. So it's not going to be easy for a team like Memphis. I mean, generally they're going to get the look over Memphis. But listen, I'm going to keep saying it. I think UCF's really good. I really like this team. I've been kind of on them since the beginning of the season. I had them early when they played Florida State, and they beat them outright, and then they beat Oklahoma State, and we found out this team is pretty good. I really like what they can do. They're a great team to back because they make free throws, man. They close games out. There were a couple opportunities last night where, in a game like that, I mean, I think you had almost 70 free throws in the game combined. I mean, UCF goes 33 for 37 from the line, 89.2%. That's as good as you can ask for. So, I really like UCF. I think they're in. I think obviously Houston will be in, and we'll see if Memphis finds their way in. They're on the bubble.
Home court advantage, such a big thing, Jeff, and we saw it last night in a lot of cases. Marquette over UConn, Texas, a big comeback win over TCU, Miami, Texas A&M. Duke all won at home, and I think that makes what Alabama did even more impressive to go on the road, beat Arkansas. That game's tied at the half. Alabama would go on little 8 to 10 point spurts. Arkansas would come back, and every time they came back, Alabama would go on another spurt, and they end up winning that game by 15 last night. 84-69. Let down year last year for Nate Oates and Bama, but man, they've come back strong this season. Why the turnaround, Jeff? Is it new personnel? Is it guys they had last year stepping up? Why is Alabama so good this year where they struggled a year ago?
Well, last year, I mean, they were 30% from three. And when you're shooting a top 15 three-point attempt team in the country and you're only shooting it at 30%, that you're not going to win a lot of games. You look at this season, you know, they're shooting it at above 35%, and in conference it's up over 40%. You're going to win a lot of games. They shoot a lot of threes, and you know they have a good defense, and they're making the threes. You know, listen, Arkansas they're a disaster on offense. This team is completely devoid of really anybody. I mean, this team can't score. That was just a pathetic effort. I mean, they just continue to can't hit threes. And I think that the truth is, until they get Nick Smith back, look, if you just zone them, they're not going to win. And I thought maybe last night, you know, being at home, they would have the upper hand. But
yeah.
I really think the crowd was very good there last night. They didn't give them much to cheer about. But listen, the game plan is simple. And they're going to go on the road, and they're going to struggle against Vandy because Jerry Stackhouse is the guy on Saturday that – he'll zone you. You got to make some threes, and they just continue to miss. I mean, Cliff, you look at. I mean, you're almost at what? You're in the middle of January. This team is shooting 28.4% from three. There are 360 teams in America. They're at 345. That is awful. I would just zone them until they start making them, and I don't see that happening.
Another huge road win last night right here in the state of North Carolina, and I saw a video of the UNCW students lining up around the block to get into Trask Coliseum to see UNCW and Charleston, and the Cougars come out with a win. Big halftime lead. UNCW rallied back, but Charleston now 17-1, 5-0 in the Colonial. They win it last night by 2 over UNCW. And I don't know, I mean, we've seen enough. We've seen 18 games worth now, a big sample size. You know, how good is this Charleston team, in your opinion?
You know, I'm really hoping they get to the NCAA tournament because they're going to be a real big problem for somebody. I mean, they play one of the fastest tempos in America, have the nation's longest winning streak, 16 straight wins, haven't lost since November 11th. That's a long time ago. That's over 2 months ago. You know, this team isn't just beating, you know, Delaware and Hampton. I mean, they beat a good Virginia Tech team, beat a very good Kent State team, beat a solid Richmond team, a solid Davidson team. You know, this team is just taking care of business. They score 80-plus points a game. Like I said, they play with a lot of just, you know, tenacity. They play quick. They don't turn it over. And they're a good 2-point half-court defense, which is what you need to be. They shouldn't have much trouble in this conference. I think the only team I would really worry about is going to be Hofstra, who they play coming up at the end of January. But outside of that, this team, I'd really like to see them at the next level. Their coach, Pat Kelsey, was at Winthrop for several years, and he found teams in the NCAA tournament. I'd really like to see this team because the way they play, they could pull an upset on that first day as like a 14 seed.
Jeff Nadu, Barstool Sports, joining us on the Pitt Electric Live line tonight, Thursday, a Pac-12 night. You've got 3 games involving top 25 teams: Utah at UCLA, Arizona at Oregon State, and out in the West Coast Conference, Gonzaga taking on BYU. And Jeff, there is a pretty hefty card for a Thursday night. I don't know about quality as far, but definitely quantity, and you like to go off the beaten path anyway. So anything you've highlighted for this Thursday night of college basketball?
Yeah, you know, Cliff, there's always a series every year that I highlight, and I want to take you back to the year of 2018. And the reason I'm going to do that is the last time the Gonzaga Bulldogs didn't score more than 78 points against BYU. You got to go all the way back to February 3rd, 2018. They won that game 68-60. And every game since then, in the regular season, they have scored 78 or more points. In fact, in 5 straight meetings, they've scored more than 80 points. In the last two meetings, they've scored at least 95 points. This team just knows how to score the basketball against Brigham Young. And I got to be honest, this is probably, to me, the worst BYU defense in a while. This is not a good basketball team. I think they're solid. I mean, they'll be a team to keep an eye on, but they're not anything that I don't think Gonzaga can't deal with. Gonzaga is still a top 5 offense in America. They still have the second highest field goal percentage in America. They're hitting over 37% of their threes, up over 40% in conference. Again, if you're going to give me a team total in the 70s with Gonzaga, I'm betting it over. They just, for whatever reason, know how to score against Brigham Young, and I'm going to bank on the fact that they do it tonight. I also, Clip, am going to that game with Michigan-Iowa. I thought this was a couple of too many points. Look, I know Michigan's not really been consistent, but I feel like they've turned it on recently. I'm not a big Iowa guy. I felt like this game was close. I think Michigan defensively will be okay in this game. But to me, I like Gonzaga. Team total over 79.5.
Jeff Nadu joining us. I want to ask you about one game coming up on Saturday, Jeff. And anytime a team is 6-0 in a power conference, you got to start paying attention. And one of those teams with those numbers are the Clemson Tigers. And looking at what they've done in ACC play, they beat Wake Forest by 20. They beat Georgia Tech by double digits, NC State by double digits, Virginia Tech by 3, Pitt by 1, Louisville by double digits. So they haven't just won. They've won in impressive fashion. They got Duke coming to Little John on Saturday at 5 o'clock. And, finally they'll have some eyeballs on them, people talking about them because of what they've done. So I don't know. How real is this Clemson thing they got going right now in the ACC?
Well, Clip, I think if you're not growing and you're not looking forward, you're dying as a handicapper, and it seems like you're learning that a little bit. I've already circled this game. I will be on Clemson in this one. You look at the last 3 road games for Duke. 2 losses, they have 1 win, and that was at lowly Boston College by 1 point. I think this is a disaster matchup for Duke. I don't know how good they are. This is a Clemson team that, honestly, there are very few things they don't do well. I mean, they don't turn it over. They make free throws. They're a good shooting team. They're solid defensively. They're somewhat deep. They've got some experience. And they've got some kids that have led the way. P.J. Hall, Hunter Tyson, Chase Hunter. Big team on the perimeter. You look at every player on this team that plays regular minutes is 6'3" or bigger. They're a big team. They can contend with size. They got a home game here. I think they're really real, and that's surprising because I'm not one to generally give Brad Burnell a lot of credit. But this is a good basketball team. I bet to him many weeks ago against Penn State, they had to go up to 2 overtimes to do it, but they did it. I like this team. I like what they're doing in conference so far. And again, if you make free throws, that's the key to my heart. 87% in conference flip. That is. And you look at, guess where they are in the pecking order of the ACC in getting to the foul line? Number 1. You're number 1 at getting to the foul line. You're making almost 90% of them. You're going to be hard to beat, and that's one of the reasons they are undefeated in this conference, as you alluded to. I like them. I think they get the job done at home on Saturday.
There you go. Jeff Nadu explaining the reason for some of the success for the Tigers. Nadu got playoffs coming up this weekend. Some people like betting big spreads. Some people like the tight games and picking a winner there. And everybody should be happy this weekend because you got 3 games that are double-digit or almost double-digit spreads with the Bengals kind of hovering around 9.5. And then you have 3 games that are within a field goal of one another. So I don't know, anything you like for Saturday, Sunday, or Monday night in these playoffs?
Yeah, I'm a big Doug Peterson fan. I mean, obviously he's come here. He came to Philly and won us the Super Bowl. I think what he's done down in Jacksonville is pretty impressive, but I got to be honest, I don't know if they're ready to compete just yet. I think you got to give them a lot of credit for getting there, but let's be honest. I mean, that wasn't a great division. They have one of the worst teams in the NFL in that division. We know that, teams like Houston, and it's not very good. And Tennessee kind of struggled. I think LA gets the job done here. I don't mind going and laying it here. I think the strong part of Jacksonville is that passing game of Trevor Lawrence. This is a pretty damn good defensive group at the back end for LA with Derwin James and Nasir Adderley, guys like that. They're also not very good against the pass, and as we know, I mean, Justin Herbert, some of the big boys for LA are really good in the passing game. If you're going to give me something below 3, I'm going to have some interest. I don't love road teams, but to me, I think a lot of the time in the playoffs, you just have to go with the better team. I don't think Jacksonville should hang their head in any way. This has been a good season for them, but if you're going to give me something under 3, even at 3, I like the Chargers in this one. I got to be honest, Clip. I'd have a hard time picking against the Bills to win the Super Bowl. This team just seems destined to get there. And I don't know if anybody noticed, but Skylar Thompson is a disaster. It just seems like the Dolphins can't get out of their own way. Anytime they have something good happen, something bad happens right away after. And I think the Bills can romp here. Remember, they won last year against New England, won by 30 in the first round. If you're going to give me something under 2 touchdowns here, I mean, at 10, I have some interest in the Bills.
Jeff Nadu joining us, big man on campus. Give him a follow on Twitter. Of course, the Sit Down podcast going strong. He got a blog up this week, Jeff, about not only your weight loss, but an important part and something that folks struggle with is keeping that weight off, and you've been able to do that. So I know you talked about that, your daily gambling show with the big man on basketball, big man on betting. So you got it all going on, man. So the dozen as well. Are you officially a free agent in the dozen trivia?
I think I'm going to be. I think it's time to kind of move on from and get, maybe a new team. We'll see. I will say I had to write that blog. I mean, it was the question I literally get 5 or 10 people asking me that same question every day. How'd you do it? How'd you do it? How'd you do it? What'd you eat? What'd you do? So I had to write it. I just stay on top of it. I think as anyone that's had weight issues at any point in their life, if you don't stay on it, you're going to go back into the same things. And for me, I've had success with not doing that. I'm always going to be on it. I'm always going to continue to talk about it. And, it's something you can control, and eventually it could be too late. So for me, if I could help someone maybe get some push to do it, so be it.
The before and after, just so dramatic, Jeff. And kudos to you, man, for keeping up with it. Nadu, enjoyed it. Enjoy your sports weekend. Got a lot of stuff going on, and we'll reconvene next week, man.
Same to you. Look forward to it, Clip. Thanks.
Jeff Nadu, Barstool Sports, joining us on a Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Nadu likes the Bills, no matter the number, against Shirley's Dolphins, the undermanned Miami Dolphins. Talked to a Dolphins fan last night at A.J. McMurphy's, and he said, I like the Dolphins this weekend. And I was like, what, plus the points? He was like, yeah, and to win. And the more he kept talking, the more his son has become a big Dolphins fan. The more I found out he was basically trying to talk himself into believing they could somehow put up a fight against Buffalo.
Yeah, that's not happening. He's not a true Dolphins fan if he's trying to talk himself into believing they're going to win against the Bills.
You know how you try to
you have to be realistic
here. Yeah. Can you convince yourself of things? That's what he was going for. And I felt kind of bad for him the more he kept going.
Look. I was thrilled that we got to the playoffs, but I am also a realistic Fins fan. We're not getting past the Bills. I mean, unless Josh Allen just overslept his alarm and got stuck in like 17 feet of snow, it's just not going to happen.
Well, crazier things have happened, Shirley Rhodes.
This is true.
I'm going to Google up biggest NFL playoff upsets, and we'll talk about some of that when we return. But we'll also have the debut of a Shirley Rhodes original. Now, we tend to, like a word pops up, and we go off on a tangent. Yesterday, we started talking about game shows for some reason, and
True.
The late, great Ray Combs. But you had this idea even before that, right?
Well, kind of, sort of, but it is kind of a take on that. It's Name That Sound, and it's from pop culture. So I'm going to play a sound, and it's going to be very easy to figure out what I'm doing here. I'm going to play a sound, and you just tell me where you know it from.
All right, simple enough. Chandler and I will play the game. You can play along at home. When we return on Pirate Radio Live, back with you after this.
Jeff Stein, our special guest from Brown & Wood. Hey, Jeff, electric cars are coming. What's that mean for Brown & Wood customers?
For the customers, like it or not, EV is coming. We've installed 5 electric vehicle chargers here at the dealership. We have the all-new Cadillac Lyriq coming at 1st of 2024, and we've just seen the first reservation for the new Sierra EV.
People are interested in electric vehicles. How can they get up with you?
They can visit us at brownandwood.net or 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
When it comes to hauling dirt, asphalt, or stone, you can trust the pros at First and Goal Hauling Incorporated. They have a fleet of dump trucks ready to get the job done. And best of all, it's owned and operated by ECU football alum Dakota Marshall. When you have a big job and you need it done right, count on First and Goal Hauling, where it's a touchdown every time. Keep up with Dakota Marshall and First and Goal Hauling by following them on Facebook today.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in Eastern North Carolina. With homes in Blackwood, Mills Creek, Dalton's Cove and Farmville, and Belmar and Ayden, they're constantly expanding. Now to Laurel Glen and Sarah's Way, plus the new duplex community at Abigail Trails. BMS Builders can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or ECU football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. Call 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern has been serving the tech repair needs of Eastern North Carolina since 2006. And as one of the only Apple authorized service providers east of Raleigh, all our technicians are Apple certified, and we only use genuine Apple parts. Your iPhone and Mac warranties are safe with us. Have questions or need service? Call 252-558-1280 or visit us online at universitypccare.com. University PC Care, your one-stop shop for service on everything Apple.
Add some sparkle and style to your home and save at Bostic Sugg Furniture. Give your home a new look in the new year with beautiful new furniture. Right now, get a Bostic Sugg first time ever offer with 3 ways to save. 1, get a sales tax discount on any purchase. 2, get a $100 in MasterCard rewards cards for every $1,000 you spend. And finally, get 6 months special financing. So add some sparkle and style to your home with a little help from Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington is celebrating 40 years in business. That means big savings for you on your favorite men's and women's clothing and accessories. As you would expect, Rhonda has slashed prices 40% on select merchandise. Outerwear, slacks, assorted sportswear, and shoes for the men. Dresses, sweaters, blouses, and outerwear for the ladies. Celebrate 40 years with us and save 40% while it lasts. We're here because of you, and we thank you, our friends and customers at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington.
This is Zach Agnos, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Beauty Bar Metaspa. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Visit beautybarmetaspa.com to set up a free consultation. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. 5th Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room is your favorite place in downtown Greenville for lunch, dinner, or drinks with friends. They serve lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday, plus brunch starting at 10:30 on Saturdays and Sundays. Follow 5th Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room on Instagram for the latest events and specials. 5th Street, right beside the State Theater. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, I did find a list online. I Googled biggest playoff upsets, and it took me to the Gwinnett Daily Post. Support local papers.
That's what I got there.
From 20. Oh, you already looked at it?
Yeah, that's the one I got too, because it gives you the point spread of the games, final score, what the over-under was.
This was done 2021, so it has missed the last 2 seasons of playoffs, but this is a great list. I remember a lot of these games, and I want to go through some of those because after looking at this list and remembering some of these moments, the Dolphins have a chance. I will just say that.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance. It's a slight chance, but we'll run through those games. Skylar Thompson has not played in one of these games, so there is that.
I keep wanting to say Tompkins, and that's somebody else I know.
Put some respect.
Sorry,
Don't disrespect me, bro.
This is like a Ray Combs situation all over
again.
Don't
do that. Don't disrespect me, bro.
But before we do that, we love playing games around here. Played the 5-second game with Bryce earlier this week. I asked him a country in Africa, and he said, that's easy, Chad. And he was right.
Which was great.
Nailed it.
Chad.
New game. This is called Name That Sound, created by and hosted by Shirley Rhodes. So, Shirley, take it away.
All right. We're going to play 3 rounds. Each round has 5 sounds.
Wow.
And I'm going to play each sound. Now, this is from pop culture, so this could be anything from TVs to movies to whatever, and you'll get the gist of it once we start playing. So here is our first sound.
Before we start,
yes,
I never do this. I'm a big jinx guy, karma guy. I never do this, but because this is pop culture, I think I should kick Chandler's ass.
Oh, so he's calling his shot.
Chandler's not a big TV pop culture guy, so, and I consider myself to be one. So I am the heavy favorite. Chandler, would you disagree with that?
No, I totally agree.
Yeah, so
I'd be crazy to say, no, you're wrong.
Now I feel like I've got some pressure on me. But anyway.
Okay, so here's the first sound. And we will start with Clip to give the first answer. Clip, if you get it wrong, obviously, Chandler, you'll have a chance to steal. So here we go. First sound. Name that sound.
That's like... Hit it one more time.
Sure.
Is it like from U.S. Sailor?
That would be incorrect.
Oh, no.
Chandler.
Is it Sprint?
You are also incorrect. The answer is T-Mobile.
Ah.
All right.
Now, I got to say this. T-Mobile just, I used to have Sprint, but now it's T-Mobile. We're not going to give Chandler credit for that, but... Was that ever Sprint or was that always T-Mobile? I guess
that was always T-Mobile.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Ready? Next sound.
This is for Chandler.
Chandler, you have the board, so to speak.
Dang it.
Next sound. And I thought these were going to be easy.
Oh,
do you know a Clip?
No.
Oh.
I have a guess, but...
Chandler?
Twilight Zone?
You are incorrect. Clip?
The first thing that came to mind was Dolby Digital surround sound or something like that.
You are also incorrect. That is the startup sound for PlayStation.
Hit it again?
What?
The original PlayStation.
Man, that is not ringing any bells at all. Guess I was more of a PS2 guy.
All right. Okay, here we go.
Boy, this is brutal.
Okay, this is not going as well as I thought it would.
No, I like the game. I kind of like that we're missing two.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
all right.
But I like I like it.
Okay, here we go. Next sound.
This is Clips, right?
Yes, this is back to Clip.
All right. Give me Disney.
You are correct, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, that was
Good
a
job.
slow pitch softball.
I tried to make it easy in the first round. They get harder as you go.
All right.
All right, here we go. Now, Chandler, next sound. Chandler might not get it, but I know Clip will.
What the hell is this? Is it a pager?
You are incorrect. Clip?
The soundtrack of my, I guess, teenage years. That is dial-up internet when you're getting
You are
online.
correct, sir.
Yep.
That's what it sounded like when you had to dial up, and God
That's
forbid
awful.
somebody else pick up the phone, because
Yeah.
then you lose your connection.
That's awful.
All right, here's the last sound for round one.
I know this one.
Clip?
It's Looney Tunes.
You are incorrect.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Chandler, you're close, but you're incorrect. Chandler?
Don't say it, Shirley. Let's take additional guesses after he
Okay,
guesses.
all right, that's fine.
Bum, 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 bum.
Dun, 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 dun.
Popeye?
Ooh, no.
Bugs Bunny?
No.
What is it?
Tom and Jerry.
Dang it.
All right, do you want to go
Good
one more
one.
round before we take a break?
Oh, sure.
Okay, all right, we're on to round two.
Steve and Kevin had Tom and Jerry. Well done, Steve and Kevin.
All right, next one. And we don't have to go back and forth, just whoever answers first. How about that?
All right.
Make it a little quicker. All right, here we go. Here we go. Second round. Sound one.
Xbox.
Incorrect. Shall I play it again?
Yeah. Oh, what is that?
You know it. You know it. It's going to drive you nuts the
Is
second
it
you know it.
PS5.
You already guessed.
Sorry.
He has to guess again before you can guess
A
again.
computer, like a compact computer or something.
You're incorrect. Anybody wants to foster another guess?
Go ahead, Chandler.
Can you play the sound one more time?
Sure.
Oh my God, what is that?
Any guesses? 4, 3, 2,
It's literally going
one.
to kill me when
That would be the sound to Netflix.
Oh my God!
You're kidding me!
Come on!
Okay, all right.
That makes me so mad. Because,
I'm a stupid person.
oh my God.
Yeah, I thought you were going to get it because you had it, man. You had that reaction like, I know this sound. And then
Play it
nothing.
again. See, I see the Netflix logo popping up in my mind right now.
I'm so dumb.
All right, next one.
Steve and Jack both said Netflix. Whatever.
right.
Great for you.
All right, we ready for the next one?
No.
I'm mad as hell right now.
This game sucks.
I'm so mad.
Now you know how I feel with Guess the Line. Okay.
Is this all payback?
Yes.
This is a payback game?
Totally payback.
But the problem is they're easy, and we should get them, and we're stupid.
All right, here we go. Next sound.
Oh. Pixar.
He is correct.
Because the little lamp jumps on the eye.
I guess if you're scoring at home, it's 1-1.
No, it's 2-1.
Chandler's up 2-1.
No, you're up 2-1.
Oh, I got dial up.
Yep.
And Disney. Correct.
Mm-hmm. All right, so it's 2-1 Clip. Next sound.
Computer.
Dale.
You have to be a little bit more specific.
Did he get it?
No.
Windows.
Now we got it. It's the Windows startup sound.
Yeah.
I tried to make this easy.
You did.
All right, score's tied, 2-2. Here we go, next sound.
Every sound you do, my head cocks and I point at you, and I don't have an answer. Bill.
No, that is incorrect.
Dun dun.
Shall I play it again?
Yeah. This is embarrassing.
I know the sound.
Can we play sports trivia?
No. I love this game.
Dun, 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 dun. It's
Oh my gosh. Go ahead, make it mad again.
AT&T.
Incorrect. It's Intel.
Intel, yeah.
I had no intel on that one.
All right, this is the last one for this round, and then we'll take a break and we'll do the final round. Okay?
Do the rest of the show.
All right, here we go. Last sound for this round.
Everybody at home is killing this game, and we're morons.
Full of ourselves.
All right, here's the last sound.
Marvel.
Hold on, I got to double check this one. You are correct, sir.
Yeah. Marvel. All right.
That's the Marvel Studios thing.
Got it.
All right, so that's the first 2 rounds. We're going to take a break.
Yep.
I like that, Shirley.
And let
I like
Clip,
this game a lot.
Let Clip compose himself because...
I was mad after the Netflix one.
Oh, wait till the last one. Last round is going to be tough.
All right.
I need a cigarette.
It's tough.
Light it up right here in the studio.
Oh, my God, that's going to go over well.
Man.
All right, throw it to break, Clip.
Take a time out, come back. The conclusion of Name That Sound coming up next.
America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times with family and friends, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Always have fun, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here, just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers for my friends at ArcPoint Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust ArcPoint Labs to give you quick and accurate results for your laboratory testing needs. ArcPoint Labs provides insights and solutions to enable individuals, businesses, and communities to make informed decisions on their health, safety, and well-being. Visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina ArcPoint Labs locations or go to arcpointlabs.com. Go Pirates!
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates!
This is former ECU football player Bryce Williams, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Beauty Bar Metaspa. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Visit beautybarmetaspa.com to set up a free consultation. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. You can join the over 61,000 followers today. By the way, if you're on YouTube and you have not hit that subscribe button, do so. And while you're at it, click on that like button too.
Smash it.
Smash it. Head back to Clip.
Alrighty, back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday. Coming up, Billy Weaver will join me. We'll go over the list of Pirates that were here in 2022 on the football roster that will not be on the 2023 roster, and what that means for the future. We'll do that with Weave. Also, the biggest playoff upsets. We're trying to give Shirley and Dolphins fans out there, and I guess really Ravens fans and Seahawks fans hope that they could see a win for their favorite team this wild card weekend. So we'll run over some of those and open the booty bag. But right now we are in the midst of a great new game show sweeping the nation, created by Shirley Rhodes, called Name That Sound. And Chad on Twitter said, I'm in the same boat, every one. I was like, oh, I know that. And he said I could not get an answer to come out. He actually said it could not get an answer to coke out. So he's having some real issues over there. Couldn't get the words to come out either, Chad. But he says, great job, Shirley Rhodes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kevin, along with Steve and some others, John as well on Facebook, and Jack have also been playing the at-home version on Facebook Live. And Kevin says what it does show us is where we spend most of our time. I need a hobby. So he got the intel correct.
Oh, he did. Okay. Well done.
All right. So final round coming up, right?
Yes. And if you're keeping score, Clip is up 3-2 on Chandler.
An embarrassing, a defensive struggle, I would say.
Yes.
Right now.
This is kind of like the Miami. Who did they play last week where it was like a pillow fight?
Yeah, Jets.
Yeah, the Jets, yeah. This is a Miami, New York game.
This
right
is
here.
mid-2000s Ravens Steelers, where neither team can get a first down.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Round 3. Here's your first sound.
That's Dolby Digital
DVD.
You're close, but it is not the correct labeling. It's 3 letters. There's your clue.
Do it again. God.
As soon as I say it, you're going to lose your mind. You're going to lose your mind. No, you're incorrect.
3 little butt cheeks.
Why are you doing this to us?
You are so close, Clip.
HD. Is there a Q in there?
No.
THD. I need some THC.
The answer is
STD. OPP.
THX.
Oh, man.
You were so close.
THX.
So close. So close.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
All right, we're on to the next one. See if you can
Wait, so what was the official answer?
It was THX surround sound.
Kevin said DLX, THD. So everybody's like all over it. I knew it was that dang surround sound. Didn't know what it was called. All right.
All right, here we go. Next sound.
Oh. Bum, 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 bum.
Paramount. Universal.
You are correct,
Universal.
sir.
Yeah.
Da 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 da.
Very good. Very good. All right, now Clip's starting to pull away. It's 4-2. Chandler, if you have any chance, you got to get
2 to tie, 3 to win it.
Yep, you're gonna have to run the table in the next 3 if you want to win this thing. Okay, you ready?
Here we go.
Here's the next sound.
Rugrats.
Well done, sir.
Wow.
Rugrats.
Tommy, huh? What was his name?
Wow.
Tommy.
I really thought Clip was going to get that, not you.
Yeah. Didn't come to me.
I had Rugrats on.
What's his name? Tommy who?
I know what Tommy and there's multiple of them.
God, I can see him. Pickles?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it Tommy Pickles?
I think so. You got Chucky Finster, Angelica Pickles, Tommy Pickles. There you go.
Okay.
Lil
I don't know
and
why that just randomly popped into my head.
Phil and Lil, or Lil and Dill, and all right.
All right, here we go. Next one.
Oh, this is DreamWorks.
Is that it?
You are incorrect.
Oh.
Do that again. MGM.
Does that have something to do with a planet?
No. And it's not MGM, by the way.
Yeah.
One more time, please.
Okay.
I don't know the names of these things, like Paramount.
It would be Warner Brothers.
Oh, dang it. The
All right.
WB.
This is the last one. Chandler, you have a chance to at least tie.
All right.
Tie?
Tie?
Eric Gullickson.
No.
Gully.
All right. This is the last sound. This is the last sound for the game.
For the
Chandler,
game.
you have a chance to at least tie.
Chandler, if you
and
get this,
get a
Shirley's got
draw.
to find another one. No, there is no tie. It named that sound. Shirley is going to have to find us an overtime sound.
Oh, crap, because I don't have an overtime
That's
sound.
right.
Oh.
You'll have time. Okay, anyway, let's
I got to get it right first.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is one of my favorites, so I know the answer to this, but I can't wait to see if you guys get it. No.
Keepers Creepers.
No. It should be familiar to Cliff. You'll know it.
It's definitely something creepy and HBO.
You are correct, sir.
I didn't know that intro. But
That was
this
the
is-
very, very beginning.
This is legendary.
This, honest to goodness, in terms of openings,
Yeah.
this is hands down one of the best openings ever made.
Shirley, great game.
Thank you.
That was a great game.
That's why I was going to say, if Clip didn't get it, if Troy's either remotely listening to the show or driving, he will have driven off the road because he's screaming at the radio.
That intro, I heard it. I didn't know it, but once it got to the meat, oh yeah, classic.
That first intro part is, if you've ever watched it,
Home
is
box
when they're
office.
going through the city, the little town, and then they go into the HBO logo. That's when the meat of the song goes. But it's one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best themes there is.
Fun game. Interesting, surely enough. I have a similar game.
That is? Oh, really?
It's great for the radio audience. It's called Name That Smell. So, or do you identify that smell? Name that sound. Shirley, this is up to you, but I would love to play this again if you could compile another list.
Actually, I just got a text from a friend of mine that said we should play this again. So I
good.
think we will do that.
Name that sound. Great game. All right, that was fun. And I did win, but I'm not necessarily proud of my performance.
Because you did leave some on the table.
Yeah. Chandler and I both...
That THQ, though, I was like, are you kidding me? You're so close.
I was
For
all
you,
over that.
it's an ugly baby, but it's your baby.
That's right. And, boy, Netflix still kicking us in the pants.
Man, that made me so mad.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live. Billy Weaver joins us. We'll talk about NFL playoff upsets and open up the booty bag. That and more on the way after this.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com. Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richards from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Bonner Latham, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear,
Warren's hot dogs.
then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's hot dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's hot dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all your vehicle needs. Greenville Auto World believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Visit greenvilleautoworld.net to see their fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Need a lift kit, custom rims, or wheels? Greenville Auto World can upgrade your vehicle today. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 in Greenville.
This is Stephen Igo. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
Greenville's newest sports bar is officially open. Coco's Sports Bar, located in the old Professor O'Cool's location right off of Greenville Boulevard, has daily specials, including $2.50 aluminum bottles on Tuesdays and $1 wings on Wednesdays. Along with their great food, Coco's has great entertainment for you and the crew to enjoy with karaoke on Thursdays, a live DJ on Fridays, and live music every Saturday night. Check out Coco's Sports Bar on Facebook for the latest information on menu items, drink and lunch specials, and more. Go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American Airline flights perfect for your next trip. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Jamie Cuccinella, inviting you and your family to come by Cuccinella's Pizzeria and Italian Ice. Cuccinella's has been serving our special family recipe New York-style pizza since 1932. We think you'll taste the difference in just one bite. When you come in for a pie, don't forget to try our house-made Italian ice or gelato. We make small batches every day from scratch with all fresh ingredients.
Cuccinella's on Old Tar Road in Winterville and a new location coming soon to Uptown Greenville.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Brown and Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in eastern North Carolina since 1937. You can shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com or visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, Greenville's #1 dealership and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's Clip Brock.
Back with you, PRL, here on a Thursday. Coming up Friday on the show, talk to my guy, Rajay Harris, get an update on his recovery, talk about his Niners, talk about his trip to Birmingham. We'll do that. We'll also have our NFL picks. I have not graded the picks from last week. Chandler had a 7-game lead over Tony Dunn. And Tony picked, I think, only 7, maybe 8 opposite games of Chandler to try to catch him. So I'll have to check that out to see if anybody caught Chandler. But he was in the driver's seat for our regular season champion as far as picks go in 2022. But we will talk NFL as well. We'll talk a little NFL now and some Pirate football with Billy Weaver, my co-host on the U.S. Sailor 5th Quarter Call-In Show. He joins us here on PRL. Happy New Year, Weave. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Happy New Year to you, too. Hope everything is going good for the 2023 New Year so far.
So far, so good, and got a lot of sports to talk about with Billy Weaver. We've dropped by for a moment earlier this week to the Pirate Radio studios, and Billy, you asked a question to me, and the answer was no, and it really stuck with me. And that question was, do you have a list? Is there a list of all the players leaving ECU's football program? And I said, well, if you go to Hoist the Colors, you can see incoming and outgoing transfers. But to answer your question, no, there is not a complete list of players leaving the program from 2022 to 2023. And I asked Chandler earlier this week, would he, have time and the fortitude to put together such a list? And he said no, not enough hours in the day. So what did I do, Billy? I said, you know what? If you need to get something done, you got to do it yourself. And Billy, right here, I have that list. Would you like to go over the list with me?
Oh, absolutely.
I got it broken down by position so we can run through it. So these are the players that were on the 2022 ECU football roster and will not be on 2023. I compiled the list. I had a couple of edits to make after I showed it to official editor Stephen Igo. So there could be more names added to this list. I may have missed one or two. If I did, folks can let me know. But starting at the quarterback position, Holt Nailers will not be here. Ryan Stubblefield also transferred out. So those are the quarterbacks on the list. At that position, Mason Garcia has been the anointed one by the coaching staff. We expect to see him. The question is now, do the Pirates add an additional QB between now and fall camp?
I think so. I think you have to. I think you have to at least go out and look in the transfer portal, because I'm sure there's probably one or maybe two quarterbacks in the transfer portal that would be of interest to ECU, and of course,
or 17 or 18, yeah.
Right. I mean, and that's the thing, is the transfer portal has become such a commonplace right now in college athletics, that so many people are in there that it almost seems like there are more, and I think it is true, there are more players in the transfer portal than there are positions available out there, if that makes sense. You wouldn't think so, because those players were obviously on teams before, but not every team and not every player is as good as they think they are and land really where they want to land. So it's a weird situation, but I think the Pirate coaching staff would be remiss if they didn't check into the transfer portal and try and get a quarterback.
And obviously not every quarterback that's a backup is transferring to be a starter. It's just impossible to do so. You look at Ryan Stubblefield, transfers to Incarnate Word, and good for him. They were in the FCS semifinals, so great landing spot. Bad news is, since Ryan Stubblefield committed to that school, they picked up a guy who was like a Auburn commit. So he could be transferring to remain a backup, but we'll see what happens with that. So that's the quarterback situation. Running back, major loss, Keaton Mitchell declaring for the NFL draft. Good news is the Pirates do have a lot of backs in that backfield, including Marlon Gunn, who we saw coming off a pretty solid freshman year when we got to see him in action. The injured Rajay Harris returning. We'll get an update on his health when Rajay joins us on the show on Friday. And some other names in there, Camaro Edmonds, and you've got some other young guys too, Billy. So the running back situation, problem is you're losing your firework guy, your playmaker, your home run hitter, Keaton Mitchell.
Yeah, and going down through the list of all the players that will not be there next year, and that includes Holt Nailers as well, but just for a different reason, this is the one that I think is going to sting, and does sting, in my eyes, most. Just because of the fact that we know what kind of we've seen the blueprint for Keaton Mitchell. It's called Chris Johnson. We've seen that act before, and we saw how during Chris Johnson's senior year, how his stock rose, and when he went to the combine and became, a first-round selection, and all the excitement around him. And I think Pirate fans were seeing, CJ 2K 2.0 and Keaton Mitchell, and everybody wanted to see the fireworks some more. So that one I think stings the most. Like you said, there's still, the cupboard isn't bare in that running back department, but that one hurts, man. I'd really, I don't fault any of these players for trying to better themselves, and especially the ones that are, have NFL aspirations. And as far as that goes, the one with the most, I think, NFL talent and with definitely the speed is Keaton Mitchell. So we wish him the best, but it's definitely going to be a tough one. Not seeing him on the field at Dowdy-Ficklen.
Yeah, and this list we're going over, I have, I think, 23 names on it, which is a pretty nice chunk, but it's not about just quantity, it's about quality. It's about the production, and Keaton Mitchell, a heavy chunk of that. And as we go to the wide receivers, Billy, a major chunk of production in the passing game with Holt Nailers, Isaiah Winstead, whose eligibility ran out, and C.J. Johnson, who will leave a year early. I guess without the COVID year, he'd be leaving on track, but did have another year of eligibility. But Winstead and Johnson two major playmakers, the guys leaving in the receiver room.
And the C.J. Johnson thing, that doesn't surprise me, just because it almost seems fitting that, there were so many comparisons and so much talk throughout both of their careers with Holton Ahlers and C.J., being high school teammates, playing college ball together. It only seemed fitting that they go out together as well. So that's not a big surprise. But like you said, a lot of production in that wide receiver room will be missing. And, of course, everybody knows what Holton Ahlers meant to this team and all the, the numbers that he put up and the records that he, set. So it's the offensive side of the ball. I mean, just looking at those, 4 players right there, or 5 players, that's a big chunk right there of ECU's offense.
Isaiah Winstead kind of following in the footsteps of an Andre Allison, a Lance Lewis. The Pirates have had some good transfer receivers, and I think they're going to have to go out and try to find another one. You've got Jalen Johnson returning, who he was the man on one Saturday against ODU. He was the go-to guy in that game, and I could see him having a big year next year. But you're going to, Josiah Hatfield's going to have to step up. You've got some young guys there, but likely we'll see. And we've already seen, actually, I believe it's King from Georgia Tech. We've already seen East Carolina go after a receiver or two in the transfer portal.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, every school seems to have an identity, maybe at a position that, you think about, when you think about Penn State, you think about linebackers and, you can go down the list of,
Wisconsin running backs.
Yeah. And at East Carolina, it's wide receivers. I mean, if you think about it. And, of course, that's a big recruiting tool. Wide receivers, coaches, and offensive coordinators and head coaches at East Carolina can go out and say, hey, the proof is in the pudding here. We like to throw the ball around.
Zay Jones is playing Saturday night in the playoffs for the Jaguars.
Absolutely. Watch this guy. And then you got Justin Hardy. And, the list goes on and on of talented, very productive NFL wide receivers that have come out of East Carolina. So that's going to be a point of emphasis. And I don't ever really feel a whole lot of concern about the wide receiver position at East Carolina, because talented wide receivers seem to want to come to East Carolina, and for good reason.
And, boy, we had concerns this time last year. We didn't know who Isaiah Winstead was. We didn't know if C.J. Johnson would be playing. So we had concerns, and by the time the season got here, okay, we didn't need to be concerned. This year, we'll see what happens. We'll see what they can add to that stable. Tight end, how about 3 tight ends off the roster from 2022? We've Ryan Jones, of course, Aaron Jarman, D'Angelo McKinney. Good news, Shane Calhoun's back. He has proven to be a solid pass catcher in the Pirates offense, but you are going to have to add some depth in the tight end room.
Yeah, definitely going to miss Ryan Jones there. The other guys didn't get a whole lot of playing time, but the tight end position, and I've always been one that, to me, you got to have a solid, good tight end in any offense, and it seems like, I don't know, for some reason that they're hard to find. Tight ends, really good tight ends are hard to find, because it's a hybrid position. It's a guy that you need to be big enough, tall enough, and strong enough to block and be a part of that offensive line, but have, quick feet, be able to, run decent 40 times and have great hands. Think of that. That's a lot of stuff that a guy has to be good at to be a good tight end, and that's why you don't see a whole lot of great tight ends across college football. So, yeah, that'll be something.
Well, they're all on Georgia's roster. They got Bowers, who's like all world. Everybody wants him as a true sophomore. And then I was looking at there was a mock draft that came up on TV during a Pirate Radio Live last week. First round draft, somewhere in the 20s, they had another Georgia tight end. So I guess they've just stocked them all up down there with the national champions. But we've just like you, probably because you covered him in high school. Devon Drew comes to mind. Great tight end. Here at ECU in the mid 2000s, and of course we talked to Bryce Williams every week. They used him a lot as a receiver, but Bryce, very good tight end. Ryan Jones, the best tight end we've seen here since Bryce Williams.
Yeah, very. And that's the thing is had a knack to be able to get open. Always seemed to come up big on third down situations too. That's what you want your tight end to be able to do, is on those 3rd and 5, 6, 7. situations to be able to throw it to a tight end where he can kind of muscle his way for that extra yard. Those tight ends you can throw to ahead of the sticks or behind the sticks, I should say, to be able to get those extra yards. Receivers, you want them going to the sticks or beyond because a lot of times, they're smaller guys and they'll get taken down. With tight ends, you need to be able to have those guys that can get those, extra tough yards after the catch. So, yeah, the tight end room is going to be interesting to watch this coming season.
Billy Weaver and I breaking down the Pirates that were on the 2022 roster that will not be here in 2023 and what that means for the 2023 Pirates. On the offensive line, Avery Jones, the center, Noah Henderson, and Justin Redd. So 3 names there, Weave, and some beef to make up for on the O-line. I guess we could add, too, that the Pirates will have a new offensive line coach with Steve Shankweiler changing his position there at ECU.
Yeah, Steve Shankweiler's been there, it seems like, longer than anybody else and definitely more times than anybody else. And, the offensive line kind of goes along with the tight end position as far as it's tough to find those guys. It really is. And, that's the thing is teams that are good in the trenches on the offensive line and defensive line typically are winning teams. And that's just the way it is. I mean, the skill position guys get all the credit and get all the headlines, but it's those guys in the middle, in the trenches that really make or break a football team. And those guys are hard to find. Offensive line is always, at least in my tenure covering the Pirates, the offensive line was always a question mark going into the season and always depended on how well those guys did as to how well the offense produced. And, so that's like the tight end room. That one's going to be a very important one this offseason.
Going to the defensive side, a couple of D linemen out of the program, Chandre Mims, who was a one-and-done guy and played well for the Pirates, and Elijah Robinson, Weave, and you get on these kids for transferring, and the grass isn't always greener. Well, Elijah Robinson is going to Hawaii, so if nothing else, he picked a nice destination, I guess.
Well, if nothing else, the grass will definitely be greener all season.
Literally.
I mean, literally.
There you go. The linebacker, you're losing some guys that have been around a long time and guys we got to know, Xavier Smith and Miles Berry. I really enjoyed talking to those guys on the Players Lounge. Best linebacker on East Carolina's team last year might have been Chance Bates, another one-and-done guy. When you have guys like Bates and Winstead, you just wish you could have them for more than 1 year, but that's the way it works. But so you got 3 linebackers there, Weave, Smith, Berry, and Bates. So the linebackers on the field going to look a lot different in 23 than they did this past season.
Yeah, and that's another position at East Carolina that's been there's been some really talented guys at that linebacker position going back. Robert Jones, in my tenure, and as far as, teams and players that I've watched, and Jeff Carr, and, the list goes on and on, Pernell Griffin, and, there's just been...
That was a great era in the 90s, wasn't it, Weave?
Oh, my goodness. Well, those 90s era defenses were just, and the defenses under Skip Holtz, but
yeah.
For Skip, it wasn't as much the linebackers, it was the defensive linemen.
Yeah, I was a big Pierre Bell and Quentin Cotton guy, but man, that D line could make that back seven look pretty darn good.
Yeah, I know, and how different would that season have been? I can't remember the year exactly off the top of my head, but when Quentin Cotton hurt in that Tulane game.
Yep.
How different that season would have been had he played the entire season. So that just goes to show you, the linebackers are the quarterbacks of the defense. They're, arguably the most important position on that defensive side of the ball. They get everybody lined up, adjusted. They've got to be very versatile. They've got to be, typically those are team captains on that side of the ball. So that's a very crucial position to get filled.
At the cornerback spot, 3 guys off the list. Juwan Powell of Washington, who was here for 1 year, and DeMel Hickman. Hickman and Powell entering the transfer portal. And safety, I guess good news, you still got Tegan Wilk. You still got Julius Wood, who came on pretty strong in 2022. But you're definitely going to miss Jair Wilson. You're definitely going to miss Gerard Stringer, who was, I don't know, might have been the best, like down the stretch, the most impact Pirate defensive player. Stringer really came on late in the year. And then also Demetrius Mooney, Sean Dorso. So that is a lot of safeties out of the room, Weave. And Stringer and Wilson kind of played a hybrid. They'd come up, play a little linebacker-ish position as well. So they'll have to. I mean, Wilson and Stringer, guys that are going to leave a pretty big hole in the defense.
Yeah, especially Stringer, man, because like you said, down in the stretch run of the season, how many times were we watching a game where you would just see a huge hit on that defensive side of the ball, and it was always Stringer that his name was called? And I mean, he would just, like you said, he played that hybrid position where he could get down in the box and he could play that linebacker position, and he had that tough body, he had that, that mentality of wanting to, getting there fast and getting there angry. And that's my favorite type of player, man. But yeah, that's going to be a big position to fill on that defensive side. And it seemed, what'd you say, 23 total?
23 total, that we went through there.
Yeah, when I originally asked you that question yesterday and we were talking about that, I wouldn't have guessed 23. I would have guessed maybe, 15 to 18, but that's a lot. It really is. And I don't remember a year here recently anyway where there's been that much of an exodus. And of course, in the years past, the transfer portal didn't exist, and it wasn't as easy in this NIL thing and all that, and all the, what goes into, making decisions to be able to leave a university nowadays. So it's a little bit different now, but still, I don't ever remember an East Carolina team losing this much talent in 1 year.
Well, I guess the next list, Billy, will be all the players replacing these guys. And I will tell you, thanks to Hoist the Colors, you can look and see who East Carolina has added via the transfer portal. And as I look at it now, you've got Gerald Green, Omar Rogers, that's 2, Tamir Brown, Ryan King, Dontavius Nash, Ra Dilworth, that's 6. And that looks like, Taekwon King and B.J. Davis, that is 8. So 8 names there published by Hoist the Colors at the moment, plus all the high school freshmen. So the numbers will even out at some point, but I guess that's the next list we can hit next time you join us. But, did want to go through that. I think it's a pretty good exercise to see exactly what positions were hit the hardest as far as numbers go, safety. But again, it's not all about bodies, it's about production. And that's where you talk about Ehlers, Mitchell, Winstead, Johnson, Jones, guys like that.
So now your next task, you know what that's going to be, right?
What's that?
Compiling numbers. How many completions we're losing, how many touchdowns we're losing, how many tackles those guys accounted for, and all that. So
unfortunately, offensively, that's going to be pretty easy. It's going to be about 85-90% of the offense is gone. So
right. And that goes back to what you were saying. It's not the quantity, it's the quality.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see the amount of tackles and the production, the defensive side of the ball, how many, what exactly you're losing percentage-wise as far as statistical numbers. And that's a little bit more into the weeds than I'd like to get into. I'm sure there's somebody out there that would take that challenge and is a numbers guy and would love to do all that stuff. But I think just off the straight off the cuff, I think you're pretty safe to say you're losing a significant amount statistically on offense and defense for the Pirates.
Weave, before we let you go, 6 playoff games this weekend. We'll have them here for you on Pirate Radio, 2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, and then Monday Night Football. There are 3 games that I'm struggling with picking a winner, both via gambling and just straight up. So we'll talk about those 3 games only before we let you go, and we'll start with Saturday night, Chargers at Jaguars. Maybe the matchup I'm looking forward to the most. Just seems like a fun game. You could see a lot of points in this game. Who wins it, Weave? L.A. or Jacksonville?
Well, as much as I'd like to see Jacksonville for obvious reasons, because, we've got kind of a rooting interest in a player there with Zay, I think the Chargers take this one. But, the Jags, they are playing at home. Chargers, I think it's a 2.5, 3-point line.
Yeah, Chargers are a slight favorite.
Yeah, slight favorite, but I'd have to go with the Chargers on that one. Although as far as a rooting interest, the team that I want to win, I think, is Jackson.
Yeah. I think I tend to agree with you on both of those fronts. You know what? I'll go ahead and tell you, I'm not taking the Giants, but they are a trendy underdog right now. Sounds like the sharp money from shows I listen to is going to the Giants side, and I get it. I mean, the Vikings are 13-4. They have a negative point differential. They are statistically like the worst 13-win team in NFL history, but they are at home. They already beat the Giants there once this year, and a lot of people love this New York team and the situation they're in. I'm taking the Vikings. How about you?
Okay. If I had to put money on it, I think I would go with the home team and the Vikings. As far as a rooting interest, too, with Kirk Cousins and the situation with him in Washington, we've been over that many times, and I think you agree with me probably that that's one of the biggest busts or biggest mistakes that the Commanders organization has made as far as a quarterback position and letting him go and not signing him to a long-term contract. So as far as a rooting interest, I always root for Kirk Cousins. I've always liked him. But I'm looking at it this way, as far as the NFC East this year has been so good that you've got the Giants, you've got the Cowboys, and, of course, you've got the number 1 seed Eagles. You got to think that if I were betting, I'd have to think that two out of 3 of those teams are going to win first-round matchups. The team on the outside looking in, I think, would have to be the Cowboys, just because they always seem to lose a first-round matchup whenever they get in the playoffs.
Well,
so what does that mean? That leaves the Giants as having to win as one of those 2 out of 3 NFC East teams. So in that respect, I'd have to pick the Giants with the mild upset being the 3-point dog.
So I guess that means Monday night you're taking the underdog Bucks.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Okay.
There's no way on God's green earth that I would take the Cowboys in a betting situation, on a rooting situation, nothing. And nothing would thrill me more than to see Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, the only team in the playoffs with a sub-500 record, to knock off Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, a 12-5 team that, these Cowboys fans are saying is going to the Super Bowl this year. It would please me. It would not please me enough to see the Buccaneers win this game.
Billy Weaver joining us. There'll be playoff games on Sunday. There'll also be ECU basketball in Minges on Sunday. And when I asked you yesterday, Weave, if you wanted to join us, I thought we might talk a little ECU hoops. But after what happened last night, we'll just bypass that conversation.
Yeah, that was a tough one. But I tell you what, give credit to Cincinnati, man. Did they even miss a 3-point shot?
I believe it was 10 of 13 in the first half, which is insane.
Yeah, they had, at halftime, I remember they had 10 3-pointers made at halftime, and it was by then, the game. But it was still only a 13-point halftime lead by Cincinnati, and having hit 10 threes, you'd have thought that they'd have a much bigger cushion, which, of course, ended up being...
Well, then they hit one to start the second half. And
right. It was just downhill.
You were like, maybe, okay, they got to start missing. When they hit that first one in the second half, it was like, all right, let's head on home. Let's get on out of here. We've enjoyed the chat, man. Thanks for joining us. And thank you for motivating me to put together the list. So maybe like once a week, just text me or call me and say, Clip, is there a so-and-so out there? And it will motivate me to actually do some work. So thank you.
So I was thinking about this. Clip, help me out here.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll put together some numbers and names. We've appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you again soon.
We'll talk to you, man. And by the way, kudos on putting that list together, man. That was unexpected, and that was awesome. Good job.
Man, thank you, Weave. I can't wait to get home and have my head hit that pillow tonight after working so hard earlier today. And then, good grief, Shirley put us through the ringer on Name That Sound. I mean,
you literally almost lit a cigarette on a sports talk radio.
I might have to take tomorrow off.
No, you can't do that.
You are a blue-collar guy.
I'm joining you in the blue-collar lifestyle and the workforce. Yeah. Oh, man.
All right, we just grab our shovel every day and go to work.
Tell you what, How about we do more work, and that is give you something that you would enjoy.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
317-1250, the number on the Pit Electric Live line. Call up and win a prize. That is how this works. Shirley, what are we giving away today?
How about a $10 gift card to AJ McMurphy's?
All right. My go-to at AJ's these days is the chicken cheesesteak or the buffalo chicken wrap. Those are my suggestions for the winner of this gift card. What call are you looking for?
I'm going to go with caller 5.
Caller 5, 317-1250. We are back with more Pirate Radio Live after this.
Jeff Stein, our special guest from Brown & Wood. Hey, Jeff, electric cars are coming. What's that mean for Brown & Wood customers?
For the customers, like it or not, EV is coming. We've installed 5 electric vehicle chargers here at the dealership. We have the all-new Cadillac Lyriq coming at 1st of 2024, and we've just seen the first reservation for the new Sierra EV.
People are interested in electric vehicles. How can they get up with you?
They can visit us at brownandwood.net or 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville. Do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in eastern North Carolina. With homes in Blackwood, Mills Creek, Dalton's Cove and Farmville, and Belmar and Ayden, they're constantly expanding. Now to Laurel Glen and Sarah's Way, plus the new duplex community at Abigail Trails. BMS Builders can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or ECU football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. Call 916-1578 for BMS Builders. Winslow's is now Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room. With a brand new look, Fifth Street Hardware also has a new menu and serving lunch and dinner every Tuesday through Sunday and brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. What else is new? Well, they have poker every Tuesday night, Trivia Wednesday with DJ Captain Morgan, and on Friday and Saturday nights they have live music open till 2 a.m. serving light appetizers all night long. New look, new name, same location on Fifth Street. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram for more specials. Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Pirate Radio.
P-I-R-A-T-E-S.
voice of the Pirate Nation.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available by calling 752-1406 or visiting beautybarmedispa.com. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and congratulations to Will James of Greenville. Picked up a $10 gift card to AJ McMurphy's. The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ's. They have daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio. And there's something for everyone every weeknight, including sports trivia on Wednesday nights with our very own Clip Rock. AJ's has live music every Friday and Saturday with no cover, and brunch every Sunday. Make today an AJ's day. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
One of the toughest and most interesting questions I thought last night, Chandler, you participated, was name the 6 active players that have scored 7 or more postseason touchdowns. And you start thinking about older players that are good, like A.J. Green, maybe, Julio Jones, and the like, Derrick Henry. None of those names on the list. How many did y'all get?
I think we got 3.
We got
the first 3 right on our list. And
I gave you a clue. Out of the 6 names, 4 different positions are represented, which tells you there's a running back, receiver, and then you'd probably say, okay, a quarterback, tight end.
And you also said non-passing, too.
Yeah, these are touchdowns. You have the ball in your arms crossing. They're rushing or receiving touchdown.
And that's when I was very shocked to hear one of the names.
Tom Brady?
Tom Brady. I guess a lot of quarterback sneaks at the 1-yard line.
The answers were, so the tight end people figured out was?
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce. The running backs were interesting.
I can't remember who.
I will say these guys have kind of been given nicknames with playoff in them. Playoff Lenny.
Oh, Leonard Fournette. We had Leonard Fournette.
And for 1 year, anyway, there was a playoff Damian. Damian Williams, nobody said, which would have been tough
Chiefs.
to get. Yeah. And the other players were Cooper Kupp, who had, I guess, a monster postseason. And is that it?
We had Stephon Diggs, but I don't think he was correct.
No, Diggs was wrong. So it was Kelce, Brady, the running backs, Kupp, and one more player. Now I'm going to have to look it up myself because I can't remember who it was. But anyway, that was fun last night. I'll find that name real quick in a moment. But wanted to talk about playoff upsets because we're trying to give Shirley Rhodes, who's my buddy with the WITN weather guy, Charlie Ironmonger, Seahawks fan, and the other big underdog team is the Baltimore Ravens, giving those fans hopes for this weekend that they could actually win a playoff game. And double-digit underdogs have won in the playoffs before. And there is quite a long list of guys like that, teams like that, I should say, winning in the playoffs. I'm trying to do 2 things at once here. The other name on that list was, Devontae Adams. All those years with the Pack. All right, so big playoff upsets. This is top 10 from the Gwinnett Daily Post. I like their list. Number 10, just a few years ago, the Tennessee Titans beat the top seed Baltimore Ravens in a game where they were 10-point dogs. How good was Baltimore? 14-2, and that was Lamar Jackson's MVP season. They broke the record for most rushing yards as a team. Number 9 on this list. I watched this game at Bullies on the Boulevard.
Oh.
Chandler. I do like that the photo is Edgerrin James. Jake Delhomme had how many turnovers in this game? He had 5 interceptions. I want to say he might have fumbled one or two. Do you not remember this?
No, this is before I started getting heavy into Panther football.
This is the Jake Delhomme game, and not for good reasons. 5 interceptions. The Panthers were favored by 10, and they lost 33-13 to the Cardinals. 2005, the Bus and the Steelers went in and beat the Colts, who were a 10-point favorite. 2001, Patriots beat the top seed Steelers. Once again, Steelers 10-point favorites in this game, the beginning of the dynasty. 1995, Packers beating the Niners. Didn't realize that was such a big upset, but Steve Young and the high-powered Niners, defending Super Bowl champs, double-digit favorites, losing to the Packers. 2007, Rivers and the Chargers beating the Colts as 10.5-point dogs. The Dirty Bird Falcons beating the Vikings. Good grief, the Vikings put up 1,000,000 points that season. Just bombs, and that was pre-Culpepper. That was Randall Cunningham to a young Randy Moss, just lighting up the scoreboard. Chris Carter, Robert Smith. Vikings were 15-1 that year. That was the battle of the old Anderson kickers, because Morton Anderson was the kicker for the Falcons, and Gary Anderson missed a late field goal. His first miss in 2 years, according to the story. How about that? And the Vikings lost as a 10.5-point favorite. The Falcons went on to get crushed by the Broncos in the Super Bowl. 95, Colts Chiefs. And I think I remember this because the Colts went on to play the Steelers in the AFC Championship, and Harbaugh threw a Hail Mary that nearly was caught, but it was not, and the Steelers went on to that Super Bowl. I think that was that same year, but the Colts, as 10.5-point dogs, knocked off the Chiefs. Number 2 on this list, before my time as a football fan anyway, Vikings beat the Niners in 1987, 10.5-point underdogs. And then number 1 on the list, I remember this because
Duval,
the Jaguars and the Panthers pulled off upsets to get to championship games. And it was the Jags winning this one. That Super Bowl. So the Panthers lost to the Packers. And I guess
was our upset against the Cowboys? Do we beat the Cowboys?
Like in a wild card game or something at home. Yeah, when they had like Aikman and them. Yeah, I don't know how big of a dog the Panthers were at that. Oh no, that you're talking about this year.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember who the Panthers beat, but I remember both teams went to the conference championships. And let's see, 95. Where's the NFC? That would not be that year. It would be 96.
Yep.
96. I do remember Mark Brunell throwing to Jimmy Smith and Keenan McCardle, I want to say. Well, the Panthers actually had a bye and were the home team when you beat Dallas. So it wasn't really an upset per se, but you guys lost to the Packers. The Packers played the Patriots. That was Drew Bledsoe's Patriots. Green Bay winning the Super Bowl. Brett Favre, helmet off, running down the field, celebration after a touchdown. So basically, it can be done. That last game we talked about, the Broncos 14-point favorites against Jacksonville in those playoffs. So upsets do happen. Let's take a break. We'll come back. More to go. Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday. Back with you after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest-free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
New year, new you, new Papa Bites. Chicken parm, jalapeno, and Oreo cookie Papa Bites. Just in time for those New Year's resolutions, huh? Don't worry, we won't tell anyone.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
To keep your bodies active and engaged in the activities that you love, you need a good stretch. And at Bodies in Balance, that's the mission they follow to give you the best quality of life. With years of experience, the team at Bodies in Balance can create a stretch or massage program that's right for you. Visit them at 3101 South Evans Street in Greenville or schedule a home visit to receive a stretch or massage in the comfort of your own home. Call today at 916-4530 to schedule your first stretch consultation or massage appointment and check them out online at bodiesinbalance.com.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. University Sportswear ENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, University Sportswear ENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit University Sportswear ENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. University Sportswear ENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates. The doors open at noon, 7 days a week. And the Buck has live music every night, along with football. Monday is open mic night, the first Monday of each month. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday, it's acoustic night. Thursday, it's the dance party with DJ Kid Scene and live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for information and schedule of events. This season, party like a pirate at the Buck.
America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times with family and friends, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Always have fun, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, offensive line coach for East Carolina University football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It was another good day for the stock market. The Dow was up 216 points at 34,189. The NASDAQ was ahead 69 at 11,001. And the S&P was up 13 points and closed out the day at 3,983. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Thank you, Shirley. Chandler Honeycutt here. Shirley noted to me during the break some coaching news in college football. Clemson got rid of their offensive coordinator, and it appears they are ready to make a hire. Ross Dellinger reporting Clemson is targeting TCU offensive coordinator and reigning Broyles Award winner Garrett Riley as its next offensive coordinator. That's pretty cool that both Lincoln and Garrett are Broyles Award winners for best assistant coach in college football.
Yep, I believe Lincoln won it his first year at Oklahoma after leaving ECU. under Bob Stoops as the offensive coordinator. I could be wrong.
He says deal is not finalized. Would be a whopper of a hire for Dabo and the Tigers. Whopper, and whopper.
Please, no.
DK.
Well.
So
Well.
Garrett Riley, could Clemson and Garrett Riley meet up with Lincoln and USC in a postseason tournament of sorts or a bowl game? It could happen. Interesting stuff there. This one from the basketball world, and these football changes are happening because the season is over. We're in that time where things like this happen. Basketball changes not as common because we are smack dab in like the meat of conference season. West Virginia's Bob Huggins has parted ways with his longtime associate head coach, Larry Harrison, after 16 seasons. So this is like a long-term Huggy disciple, I guess, who's been on the bench with him and been in all the practices. And I don't know, you get rid of somebody like that after 16 years as your right-hand man. I'd like to know what was going on there. It's got to be a story or two there somewhere. But that news coming out of West Virginia from John Rothstein. So talked to Igo about the ECU coaching situation. This week we've had, I guess we learned last week, Coach Shank was changing positions and new offensive line coach brought in. We learned on Tuesday that Steve Ellis would be swimming to Louisville, only moving forward, never backwards. Yeah.
Jaquan McMillan.
So East Carolina does have a hire to make there when it comes to a corner coach. So we asked Igo, any other moves and nobody knows for sure.
For sure, in terms of a little bit.
But hopefully it's stable the rest of the way. We'll see if guys get an upgrade, or it seems like it would be kind of late in the season to get fired, I would think. Wouldn't you think if there was any firings that would already happened?
Yeah.
But still could happen. But I would think that...
you would think he would want to go ahead and do it now. That way he can do a search for the replacement.
Yeah, before all the good candidates are taken. So that's why...
This is happening everywhere in college football right now. So
that it is. So there's your news and notes there. Let's take a look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dub. Tonight, top 25 action, Gonzaga at BYU. Jeff Nadu likes Gonzaga to score a lot of points tonight, if you can find their team total over. Utah at UCLA and Arizona at Arizona State. Those games involving top 25 teams tonight. Michigan and Iowa playing tonight in Big Ten action. Minnesota is at Ohio State in Big Ten action. So you do got some Big Ten, some Pac-12 on a Thursday evening. Also, Chandler, another big game going on tonight in the NBA, right?
No. I was going to mention this game. It's coming up tomorrow night. It is we say it's a big game. Spurs are they only have 13 wins in the season, but they are playing the Warriors. They're hosting the Warriors. And for you old folks out there, the game will be held at the Alamo Dome.
Ouch.
And there is already over 64,000 tickets sold for that game.
You know what's interesting?
What?
East Carolina will be playing football on that court next year. They'll probably remove
under that court.
They'll probably remove the court, throw in
under the court,
some turf or grass or something. But they will be in the Alamo Dome facing UTSA, the Road Runners, coming up next season in the American.
Very good football program.
And Jeff Charles brought this up. Good point. We've had some good points today by Josh, and I'm going to give a point to Jeff Charles from yesterday as well. Look up Conference USA basketball and the teams at the top. Florida Atlantic, 15-1, 5-0. North Texas, 14-3, 5-1 league play. UAB's 12-5 with the dude Jelly Walker. Rice is 11-5 somehow. All these teams coming into the American next year in hoops, and I admit I have not thought about the basketball perspective of it. The schedule certainly will lighten up for the Pirates, but some good basketball teams that are coming in next year as well in the new look American Athletic Conference.
Very exciting. And I think, East Carolina is going to have a chance to compete, not just in football, but basketball as well.
We got to beat South Florida on Sunday. Enough of the play hard.
We have a chance to win.
I'm over the play hard stuff.
But we have a chance to win at home on Wild Card Sunday at 1 o'clock on the Deuce.
On the Deuce. Looking forward to it. Shirley, awesome job with Name That Sound.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Here's the problem when you do something good. You got to do it again. You got to keep rising to the standard.
You were very hard-nosed.
We will
today.
do it
very
again.
hard-nosed.
Just pick the day next week, and I will do it.
You were hard-nosed, and you were very in tune with the game.
Could be a new.
We're having a freaking game. We're having a freaking game. We're having a freaking guess the sound game.
Could be a new Thursday tradition.
We could do that.
All right, get those sounds ready. You will hear the sounds of my voice, Shirley's voice, Chandler's voice, Rajay Harris's voice, and others coming up on Friday's edition of Pirate Radio Live. Jerry dropped an upset for you Dolphins, Ravens, and Seahawks fans. Houston 17, San Diego 14, 1978 wild card. Oilers won on the road in San Diego without Hall of Fame running back, the Texas Rose, Earl Campbell. Also without their starting quarterback and top receiver. Vernon Perry intercepted Dan Fouts 4 times. Jerry, good point. I'm pointing at you to end the show. We'll see you Friday. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio.